presumptuous and mean and shit, you know. That's a very I don't want to say like she's trying to, she's saying that it's not unique.
I didn't say to make a baby. Like when we actually decided to, yeah.
I'm understanding. I'm processing everything together at the same time. Like, all right, so the father. All right, so from my perspective, this is an entire example of how the Black community, how do I want to word it in a positive way? The challenges we face in the Black community, the father. So had the father of not been in jail, you would have never been in the picture.
Well, I feel like that's kind of 50-50 because I would say when I have conversations with my wife and how she developed and her sexuality and how she felt, it might not have been me, but the things that she says, I feel like she probably would have been led to women, and it might not be any gay people in the chat, but I know straight people in the chat too, and I'm not gonna stunt and sit up here and act like I've never had heterosexual sex. And I can say this as a woman, it's a lot of women, we feel pressured into even laying down with most of y'all. It's like either y'all keep asking, oh, let me just give it up so I don't get raped type situation because the guy all pushy. Not saying that's what happened, but I feel like society with her kind of pressured her into, hey, this is what you're supposed to be doing, even though you haven't figured out this other part of you yet. And because you were laying with men.
And there's a bunch this, like how it's selfish. And yes, plenty of parents have gay children every day. That's another challenge. So both of these are different conversations that we have children with. Everybody knows I work with Irene. We have children who come from homes of parents that were biracial.
Because, well, you know what? I'm gonna keep it real biological.
Peace to everybody on the panel and what's happening, and peace to everybody that's in the chat. Okay, so here's what my view is, and this is part of the problem, right? It's the constant forcing of assimilation, right? That's being placed on us, right? As Black people in America. And some people may not like me for saying this, but biologically, male and female, if you did not have any children, they're not your children, and you don't have any children. If you did not biologically have them, you are simply trying to fit into a parental role that you have no business fitting into.
That's your perception, and that's fine.
No,
but guess what?
It's not perception. It's an actual reality.
Would not be here if it wasn't for me. So that's
an actual reality. And here's
that's
the actual
reality.
Yeah, here's the actual.
Let me hear him out. Let me hear what he's saying.
The actual reality is this: is that children need a mother and a father.
Hey, my Chrissy boo.
And they don't need any outside interference from anyone else.
Gobble.
Our communities are being decimated because the mothers and the fathers, one, are not even in the same household.
Here come another asshole.
Two, they're not even working together. And three, they're attaching themselves to other parental
now we can talk now.
figures,
we can
right?
Talk how
both
we
male
really
and
feel.
female. And what's happening is that they're spending time with that other male or female, or either way. They're spending time, and what's happening is that it's taking away time from the children and what the children actually need, and the children are going bankrupt, both in their morals and in their values, both health-wise and financially. And what's happening is that people who see people with children, what they need to do is go the other way. Bottom line. But the whole thing is that in the Black community, it's because of sex. It's because people know, one, that people who have children are sexually active. And Black people, they like easy prey. And what's happening is that you're attaching yourself to these people and you are hurting children. And this is the fact.
Do you have any children?
Yes, I have two, boy and girl.
You married?
Yes, I am.
Beautiful. Are they in regular school?
No, we homeschool.
Black Power. All right. So let me ask you. So what would you suggest for a parent in which one of the parent for a parent in which the other parent died?
Okay, so and that's an interesting question, and that's a great question. And the reason why that's a great question is because my father was murdered when I was going on 2 years old.
Sorry to hear
Right?
that.
Well, yeah, I am too. But I mean, that was uh, 39 years ago, right? So
Nonetheless.
I learned to live with it. Now, something special actually happens when that happens, right? Um, my mother exposed me, so I've been exposed to a community of black men, right? Now there was a couple of homosexual guys that I ran into in my lifetime, right? But they didn't feel that role of men. They taught me how. My mother actually taught me how to deal with the homosexual community, the so-called LBGTQ.
I'm trying to be cool.
No, I don't stay on the predominantly black side of town.
I
Where I
would
have my nonprofit organizations at the Martin Luther King Center on the black side of town.
I would bet if you put flyers up and I would pay for the flyers, asking for volunteers, I'm betting that out of 10, your first 10 signups, more than half will be black women.
There will be black women.
So
A lot of healing. That's different degrees down the road, man. But
I would say it's the states.
Okay.
Now, the tax benefits, depending on how you organize your organization.
Okay, why am I showing Q Butter? I'm showing Q Butter because we are alike in a lot of ways. We don't accept no, and we do not accept excuses. Q Butter is now representing where he's helping out people and where I used to stay in my old community. He is really making it happen. He's making it happen. He developed a school. He has a school. He did this starting from nothing. This is why when I get on, I tell people what they can do. And I don't want to hear the excuses about it. I know what I'm talking about. People always think they can't do. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So sometimes, so this is why I pick him, and I would like to support him even more. I would like to support him. One day I'm going to go by his school and support him if I go into that neck of the woods. If I go into that neck of the woods, but I'm damn sure going to hook him up with my daughter, so my grandson could go check out his school. I really need for my grandson to check out his school.
So now, if you're providing a service to parents, right, that is going to benefit the state that you created, and is going to help the tax base of the state, it is your job to go to the state agencies to get funding and get contractual agreements to help you provide that service.
That's true.
And that would alleviate you wording yourself like to the sisters. I think
That's true. However, and this is part of the challenges that we face in black community, because we forget about black people tend to forget about the part where black folks are supposed to donate to the cause. You
volunteer
are
work.
Donate, okay, and you are supposed to support. See, here's the issue:
we are not,
because of the position that the black male takes in this country, right? We're supposed to do everything like we're goddamn Superman, and yet no real support from the sisters.
That's bullshit,
right? And no follow-up support from the sisters.
That's bullshit.
Let me ask you this: do you have a physical location?
Yeah, I'm in Dallas.
You have a physical location in Dallas in a black neighborhood?
Well, this neighborhood has been gentrified, so from where I moved to, but not directly in the black neighborhood. No, I don't stay on the predominantly black side of town.
I
Will I
would
have my nonprofit organizations at the Martin Luther King Center on the black side of town?
I would bet if you put flyers up, and I would pay for the flyers, asking for volunteers, I'm betting that out of 10, your first 10 signups, more than half will be black women.
They will be black women.
So with that being said, your last two statements should be redacted.
Okay, so here's what we mean by here's what I mean by follow-up support, right? The men.
Hey, Caroline, my love. Happy gobble gobble.
The creation of the children, right? In terms of whatever it is that we're doing, whatever program that we're doing, right? Yeah, they'll tell us to listen to them and so forth and so on, right? But the households will still stay single mothers.
What?
Instead of them going back, trying to get with their daddy, trying to patch up the relationship, trying to do whatever it is they can to try to get the fathers back in the home. This is what I mean by follow-up. Okay? To support what it is that we're doing. Right? No, it'll stay like this. So in essence, we're not the babies, we're not their fathers. You literally have to get the boys back in touch and back in tune as the best way you can with their dads. But a lot of times, a lot of the sisters make it extraordinarily hard for the kids' fathers to be in the boys' lives. And I'm not talking about the fathers that don't want to be there. I'm talking about the ones that do. And you just make it extremely hard for those guys in order to be in the baby's lives. But yet,
I feel like you counting out.
But yet, still, because I see this a whole lot. Okay. And what's happening is that you expect for us, and I'm not talking about in your situation, I'm talking about in a lot of the situations with a lot of the boys that come to us, and you want us to be the father figures in their lives, and we are not. The boys need their fathers because, quite frankly, the boys and girls, by the way, but the boys, they need their fathers because that's where they get their identity from. And their fathers should actually be involved in the programs that we
Get
have.
them, Q.
Not the mothers. I mean,
Get
the
them,
mothers
Q.
can be, but predominantly the black males. Who the programs that we have, they're the ones that need to be involved.
So let me ask you
And
this.
you agree that the issue is with the father? How can you expect like people
keep blaming it on us? Like,
I got you. So let me ask you.
Let the man talk.
So you feel like it's the black woman's fault as to why the black men are not doing their job?
No, I'm talking about the ones that want to participate. I'm talking about the fathers that want to be there. There's two different types.
So let me say this to any parent. Any parent who wants to be in their child's life will be in their child's life.
Okay. Listen to what it is that I'm saying.
No.
It's women who's
Talking
making
stupid.
it extraordinarily hard for that man to be in their children's lives.
How many children? How long has your organization been in existence?
Okay, and for as long as I've been in the family court, dealing with the family court, probably about 5 years. Okay.
So you're in family. So you're in family court.
I help dads deal with family court issues. Yes.
All right.
you let me talk, but you can mute me. But I wanna talk to this man.
No, I know. I just want to, to get the focus. So
Everybody is not like what he is describing.
I know
everybody. I didn't say everyone is like that. I'm speaking about specific groups now.
You didn't say everybody, but you're addressing black women as a whole. And that's not right.
I'm talking about the.
It's not, and that's the
right when I'm talking about the sisters that.
Like I just got on Houston yesterday, and I love black men. Like you, just because you have not met the right one, and whatever experiences that you have, okay, I'm not gonna argue with you, sir, and I'm gonna mute because I ain't got time to argue with you, and I'm not gonna do.
Sister, what I want you to do in this imperative that you actually listen to what it is that I'm saying.
Sir, listen. If you listen to the last line, I do listen. But when you talking foolishness, I'm not gonna listen to that. You're sitting up here. No, I'm not gonna do that. And then you want to try to act like you're intelligent, like you're really giving somebody some knowledge. You're not giving people no knowledge. He knows that what you're talking about is bullshit. You're talking crazy against the black woman. What you doing ain't right. We're not doing that.
So
you blaming us for everything. Well, because I gave credit to all black men the other day.
Trying to tell me that there's no black man, that the black men, that the sisters out here are not making it hard for these black men to be with their kids.
I'm not gonna argue with you, sir. I'm not gonna argue with you. You understand me? Find you somebody else to argue because I ain't the one. But I'm gonna say what I got to say. You on here and you on some bullshit. Now, man, you sitting up here talking bad about black women, telling me, oh, we do this and we do that. What about y'all? Like, and
so you didn't hear what it is that I said.
We're trying to figure out a damn solution, a resolution to the problems that we have. And you sitting up here talking about our black women, you need to cut it, my nigga. And I'm done talking. And you say what you want to say, but I said what I said. Period.
All right, so you said that what you said, but actually you didn't listen to what it is that I said. So what was all
Listen,
that?
bro. I listened to you and all 5 of his friends on the pen roll today. I'm not listening to you because you talking foolish.
Oh, okay.
So, brother,
what it is that I'm talking about.
Well, brother, what I would say, what I would suggest is that the words that you're using, and this is for, if we're going to talk about healing the community,
they don't want
everything we can do to be accountable. So in the YouTube, there's trigger words. And I'm not, I know, just so you know, the audience is mixed. So if you say all women, if you say women's fault, many of the things that you have listed so far have been women's fault. So the reason why the man can't do this, women's fault. The reason why we couldn't get funding for our community, women's fault. The reason why we don't have capital, women's fault. That's what it sounds like. And for me, I'm like, bro, that's just our job. Like, oh, women aren't supporting us. They're not doing follow-up. Like, bro, I don't know what you like. That's why I'm asking you about your organization. You see, I'm not even responding to those things. I'm like, all right, what's up with your organization? How long has your organization been working? Do you work with children? What type of setting do you have? Because I come from a very core, conscientious black militant perspective. You see what I mean? Like Khalid Muhammad is, you know what I mean? Like that's my arena. So. But I know that's my arena, so my perspective on certain things is not going to be the same way. How I address women, how I handle women is from that perspective. I don't place blame on anyone, and I'm very conscientious of how I use my words when it comes to blame, especially with topics that are very, very easy to trigger people.
Okay, so let me ask you this question, Q. Who's your largest supporter in your nonprofit organization? Women or men? Are there more women in the nonprofit organization than there is men?
Yes.
Okay. Now we see what the problem
is. When you say problem, it's not a problem, it's a reality. I'm a strong guy. Men don't like men like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm tall.
Now we see what the problem is.
It's not a problem, it's just a reality. This is human. This is the same thing in China, same thing in Asia, same thing in East Europe. Men, like, I got a group, my partner saying, my man's is right next to me. I got a gang of dudes that's with us. But there's more women. That's just what it's going to be. Men don't.
And you came from a woman, and I'm going to drop down. Sorry, I had to say that.
Well, obvious. That's obvious. I came from a woman. At least I hope I did.
Because it ain't sounding like you did. Don't play yourself, my nigga. What you talking about, son? I'm not gonna play with you. You wanna be, you wanna be sarcastic and things like that. We're not doing that. You're sitting up here and you're bashing women. We're not gonna play like that, my nigga. You wanna blame everything on women. I just came up on Q's platform yesterday, and I didn't blame everything on men. Like, I took responsibility for what we as women do, and then I place the blame on some of the things that men do. But I never just push everything on him. You're pushing a narrative on it.
Actually, the narrative is this.
Listen, I seen my grandfather do the same thing as my father went through. I refuse to circulate myself around women or anyone who don't know what black
don't play with me. You're not gonna play with me.
Sound
You're
right
not gonna play with me with your words.
You don't know what black means.
You take it ain't black. You can say black. What I got, what I don't got.
No, we got all of the
no, because a nigga like you, I don't play. Because in Missouri, you bitch ass nigga. No, he talk. I ain't talking about you. He is a bitch ass the man. Nah, nigga, you the fan, nigga. You blowing the motherfucking wind. And in the corn people.
I don't hold on, sis. You got the blood, the vein right there popping out your neck. It's
yes, you do.
You know, let's just have a conversation. We a family. People have points that we don't agree with. It's fucking life. All right. You don't like his point. It's fucking life. We want to understand each other and grow. So you may not have to understand him, but sometimes people have to hear the shit they're saying.
What I'm saying is that we actually need more black men to get involved.
That's what the sisters are saying.
You just said don't put the children on the black men like you.
What I'm saying to you is this.
No, like you gonna say black.
What I'm saying to you is this. No, what I'm saying to you is this.
Oh.
What I'm saying to you is this: is that there are a large amount of women, black men, who want to be involved and who want to be involved in their black boys' lives. The sisters are making it difficult for that to happen. I'm talking about the ones that want to be involved. The sisters are making it hard for that to happen.
All right. So let me say this to y'all. So, brothers, so when we do this, right? So I'm going to say this from a black perspective, from the black core perspective. When you highlight the way you're highlighting the statement is going to have the sisters highlight their statement. More men don't take care of their kids, and they're going to say the reason why the
women you don't have to talk men don't down take care of their kids. Man.
Now the
we all have an enemy. It's not each other. It's the
no. You see how you're saying you're saying let them.
That I can agree with. I agree
now,
with
again,
you.
I want to professionally state that in my right now, 250 students in my institute, no white people. There are more single mothers with abandoned children by men than there's almost maybe 1 to 2 with men who have women who have abandoned or in the situation. Now, what I come to terms with saying is that our brothers need to know how to become emotionally strong with dealing with women and the responsibility of children, first and foremost.
I would agree with that.
110%. Now, that statement also comes with the next statement. Our brothers need to increase our ability to our intellectual capabilities and our literacy.
Okay. Now I'm going to use this. I'm going to use you as an example because this actually happened, and I had 2 cases like this. I had a sister take a brother, now, and they have small black boys. Take a sister to court. A sister took a brother to court because he followed you on YouTube. And he watched you on YouTube. And she put that down as a reason to have an order of protection against him to keep him out of the child's life.
That's a fact.
That actually happened just by watching you. There's nothing wrong with you.
No, that's not the first time. That's literally not the first time. The fact that you're presenting this on YouTube is crazy, but I'm a core super pro-black against the government person. So a regular black person would look at me as a person that's an issue with their children.
And she filed an order of protection to keep the man out of his life. This is the crap that's going on out here.
Let me ask you this.
Are acting like it don't happen.
Now, let me ask you this. Does that man have his own place?
Yeah, he got his own place.
Let me ask you this. Did that man have records of everything he did with that child?
Well, up to that point, he didn't need to because there was a father in the same house.
They were living together in the same house.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's an emotional distress. Who owns the house that they live in?
Well, it was co-owned, co-bought together.
Co-bought together. That goes back to some of my earlier rules. I said earlier, don't live that. You know what I mean? Like there's certain, like my view on marriage, there is no breakup. So you don't. I'm not getting like we're together forever. So this whole divorce shit, that shit is a concept that don't really sit well with my view of life.
And I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
You see what I mean? So that there's a lot of shit. So we don't know what he did to create that situation, and that's what I'm going to word it.
We don't.
I'm going to say. Only reason I'm going to say that is because as a man, the situation in our relationships, we have to own that. So if we want our woman to act a certain way, we have to create a situation for them to act that way. Now, if that situation doesn't work for you,
but we still say
you have
happy
to be
holidays.
in your square and already leveled up to make a new situation.
And I did what it is that you're saying with a little spoon, right? Here's the issue. It's obvious that he didn't do anything to her because she didn't file an order of protection based on what he did to her. He filed the order of protection. She filed the order of protection based on keeping the kid out of his life. So if you guys listen to what it is that I'm saying, there are sisters that's all over the country, and then here's what the women will do: they will take the babies to a black man and say, "Here, I want you now to be his father." When she had a perfectly good dad in the house, and the whole issue was she didn't like the fact he was watching, that the man was listening to Q Butter.
Well, I won't say the only reason.
Kevin Samuels, or it could be any other black man that could be on YouTube.
Well, now let's look at, so when we're going to say only reason, right? Now let's look at the dude that just
well that's the only reason that she gave.
Well, let's look at the on you like let's look at the dude that just drove his car into
he give you Brooklyn vibes.
The parade.
Because he's straight Brooklyn. He is Brooklyn.
Now, we don't know what the depth of that motherfucker's craziness is.
Yo,
but we know that motherfucker was volatile and crazy to do what he did. And we know that he was beating on his girlfriend for a long time. So her reality and out what the world sees, totally different thing. So now what's going on in that home with that man?
Damn,
and what led them to child support, we don't know.
Right on the money, bro.
He chose the car he's driving in. These are different decisions that people gotta live with. Who you stick your dick in, that's your fault. You can't blame her for being who she is. The same thing I tell women. You can't blame him for being who he is. What you need to do is be in your square. So I don't take a gender-based position. I know men who are fuck-ups. I know women who are fuck-ups. I'll take my statistical position. I know too many men who have left the home. I will say this, what I come to understand and what I use as a means of rationalizing is that men, we have a need for control. And when we feel as though that we can't control the situation, we will give up on the situation. And so, ladies, let me say that from my professional opinion, what I come to terms to see what men, why a lot of brothers leave is because they feel as though they cannot control the situation. And it's like, I can't do anything. She has all power. Fuck it. I might as well just leave it. You know, and
how about he's just tired of dealing with the bullshit? Okay. And at some point, she just needs to knock it off.
That could, like, there's both sides of the coin. It's both sides. You know what I mean? It's literally, bro, I want to agree with you, but I know a lot of bum ass dudes who are not doing what they need to do. Doing what they need to do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want to, like, I'm not going against what you're saying. Like, there is just the same way the sister was saying, there's a population of people, of lesbian women who are making black babies who are pro-black. You're saying there's a population of black men who are suffering because of black women. And I'm going to say...
No. There's a population of black children that are suffering because of black women.
Now, in the same way you're saying that population, I'm going to say there's a greater population of black children who are suffering because of derelict black men. And that's with responsible black women. There's way more responsible black women who would rather have their homework, but there's derelict black men who are slinging and dingling and leaving. But these are just, we can understand, these are just percentages. There are plenty of dudes, there's a lot of dudes who are leaving because the woman is a fucking retard. And there's a lot more, but on the other hand, there's a lot more women who are dealing with their children alone because of retarded men. They're both populations, but which one is greater is the fact that there's going to be more women dealing with men who are retarded.
And obviously, brother, we got our work to do.
You know what I mean? So for me, in doing that work, I start off with not making it a gender situation because it creates a trigger. And if you were serious about the work like you sound, recognize the chat, because you see when you're saying sisters, look in the audience right now. There's nothing, a lot of sisters don't have kids that support. Women are attracted to men who do for the community.
It is greater.
That's a reality of kingship. You know what I mean? So I don't see it as that. It's just like, if you're doing for the community, putting on your building, women, not to say flock to you, it's a natural response. Men take advantage of that shit. That's how this relates to the video. Dudes get a buzz, women, they pussies get wet, they over there hyping these dudes up. Next Young Pharaoh, next Polite. Then you got a dude who's jealous because he's not getting that. And so he's sitting here like, damn, these black chicks are supposed to do what the hell I said to do. So now he's mad, and the white man is in his head.
They do act like that. They do act like that.
You see what I mean? So this dude is mad, now he's angry, and now he's driving a fucking Ford Explorer into a crowd of white people.
That happens.
You see what I mean? King Cito, you can take the link. Oh, you said I'm scared of something. That is when you don't mistake respect with fear. Like the fact that I don't put my hand into the tank of piranhas is not that I'm scared. I respect their teeth. And I'm not calling a woman a piranha. I just choose to pick the conversations that I'd rather have. It's called responsibility, or rather tact. I know I'll come off hood, but you can also switch Q to a complete suit in a very bougie spot, and I would not break settings. So, so being classy and respectful is a thing of my nature. So.
Let me just say this. And get this. It is greater. Because people do too much studying, but they don't do their own study. They never did their own study. They read somebody else's study. They don't talk to the kids. They don't talk to the parents. They don't talk to men. But they always saying what they think. Now, whoever wants some today, come on up. Who wants some today, come up. I don't play this gender bullshit. I don't play it. It is what it is. I did my own studies. I did a study with 900 to over 1,000 people myself. If you can top that and tell me you interviewed and you spoke to over 900 people to 1,000 people yourself, you can come right on this stage with me. Come. I don't want to hear about nobody else's research. We can start off small. Every time, just because you agree with what the man say, you think what he's saying is absolutely correct, but it's not. It is not getting our community anywhere. We're not getting nowhere as a community, period. It's much greater. It's much greater. It's much greater. And again, Q Butter can talk because he's another one that deal with kids in the community. How can people talk? It's a lot. It's a lot of, I don't know. You got to come. I spoke to them. I need to know your research, not somebody else's research, Alien Blood. Where is your research? I done my research. It's a lot of successful black men. Only 20% black men are responsible for the babies. So this argument is not valid. No, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke at all. I had 1,000 kids come through me. He had over 1,000 kids come through him. So what you're saying is our work is a joke? Are you saying that his 1,000 and change and my 1,000 and change and what we continuously do every day, we don't know what the hell is going on? We don't know that these successful men left. They left the community. Why would we count a successful man who didn't even care much about his own community and left his community, and now he want to talk shit about women? That's a fucking joke. That's a joke. Go into these communities and see how many successful men left the community. Now you want to talk about women when you don't come back and do nothing. At least I could say that Q Bud is doing something in his community. You can't talk about people who's literally doing something in their community, who's literally helping out their community, who literally do not want to see young boys and girls in jail, having hell or jail. He's keeping kids out of gangs. He set up a studio. I do the same thing. There's no joke about what we do. There's not a joke. If you're not putting your boots on the ground, is what you say. If nobody put their boots on the ground, then what you say is a joke. I got my boots on the ground. If what you doing, if your resume is better than his resume, I'll hear what you say. But I'm for people who's literally doing something. I don't want to hear about no damn statistics. I want to hear what you're doing. What are you doing? What are you doing to better the community? Talking about women all day is not bettering the community. Well, hey, black men and women need to be blamed. Whoever does the crime should be blamed. I don't care if it's a black woman or black man. And he never blamed the black man. He said it's greater of black men. He said it's greater. He said it was black women. That is crazy. He blamed black women and he blamed black men. You got fucked up people, you got fucked up people. It doesn't matter if it's a female or a male. He never just blamed black men. Maybe you're not listening correctly.
And that's just being respectful. It's not about just because, and women tend to, get emotional, right? So and we're men, we're not supposed to respond to that. And we're supposed to listen.
Now, the reason why I brought up,
and not to say that she didn't have a reason to get emotional, but I want to have the bill with the brother here so he can hear what he's saying, and then you can take on and reflect, like, you know what, maybe I am using words that trigger this. Maybe I do need to change my speech because I really do want to help people out.
That's just like our successful people. You know what they did? Who was brought up in the community that raised them. You know what they did? They dropped off 10 fucking turkeys to their community. They act like they was giving back to their community and only gave 10 fucking turkeys. That's it, 10 turkeys. That these are the same people, successful people. Successful people. I've been around a lot of them. Get the funk out of here. Sisters, our community is toxic. They would eat you alive. Protect your family first. We would never, let me tell you, no. My record shows that they just need somebody to have their back, ZZ. You and me, we cut from a different cloth. We would eat you alive. Protect your family first. We would never get and respect from each other in the world when we can circulate our black dollar. Well, that's what you say. But these communities are not as toxic as you think. Less than 20% of baby mamas are responsible for these babies. What about the 80%? Are we going to? What are you talking about? Less than 20% of black men. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And you coming from the inner city should know better, alien. You come from the inner city. What did you see? You seen a lot of Pookies and goddamn Ray Ray. Stop. Less than 20% of black men are responsible for these babies. Get the funk out of here. That's not a fact. That's a fiction. That's a fiction. That is a fiction. That is a fiction. You keep forgetting. I don't read. I'm in the same. I'm on my boots are to the ground. Most black men don't have kids. There's a lot of women don't have kids neither. I don't understand your point. Most black women don't have kids neither. We are talking about the men and women that do have kids. We're not talking about the black men and the black women who don't have kids. So I'm not getting your point. I do not get your point. I don't get your point. I'm gonna show a little video before they remove my channel. And this is only a little. This is only a little percent of my kids. I'm gonna show you something. Stop playing with me. If I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Then we're gonna get back to here. Because what y'all people be thinking, y'all gotta stop playing with me. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. If I can find it, I didn't even know I got all these damn videos. Shit. I'm gonna show y'all something. Black people gotta travel more. Whatever. Hey, my sissy. My Sugar Love page will be going in 6 days, but I want to show you guys something because y'all like to play with me. See, my feet on the ground. My feet is on the ground. So we're gonna tell. I had over 1,000 kids come through me, and this is just the kids that I was able to put on camera. I'm gonna start showing you more because Alien Blood think he knows more than me, and I gotta show him you don't. I'm gonna show you a lot of more stuff on when I start my Sugar Love, my new Sugar Love page. I'm gonna start showing you a lot of more stuff. This video is called Funny Kids. Don't tell me about the youth. Don't tell me I don't know about their parents. Don't tell me I don't know about their fathers. Don't tell me I don't know about their mothers. Don't tell me shit.
Y'all are terrible. I'm gonna let the public see y'all are terrible and how y'all treat each other.
I deal with kids every day. Don't play with me. I deal with kids every single day.
No, hello, Asmara.
They taking it in 6 days. But look, I deal with kids. These are the older kids. My coffee cup. And that's 100 kids. But some of them are young. I couldn't put them on tape. And they're gonna give me a copyright strike. But what the hell?
Must be nice. I'm recording my crazy kids. Now I can see my kids. Oh, I can't see the chat. My terrible kids. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. They terrible. They are terrible. Terrible. Look at them. That's what I go through every day. Big kids chasing each other. Look at that. Look at them. Look at them. They terrible. Basketball later. This is my first time going live. My first time going live.
Now look, I got kids on the basketball field.
My first time going live.
I got kids lined up for
I gotta keep clicking it to see.
I think that's golf.
Chat.
These all my kids.
Let's go see what they're doing over here. Say hello, True. It's true. Somebody said hello to you, but it's Tree are you. It's true. Yeah. Hi, baby. Oh my God, same old sandwich. Oh, y'all give out lunches? We got the same old sandwich. Same old sandwich.
I feed people. I feed people.
Pick some kids out there. Tell them to give you 30 lunches. Huh? I'm on YouTube live. Say hey. What's up, sir? Hello, baby. I can't see my chat like that. Some days they play golf, and some days they play tennis. Tomorrow is tennis. So
I got my kids playing tennis.
they still fighting. Look at them. These kids are still fighting. They still looking. Look at them. Look at them. They're terrible. They're terrible. They go take that sign-in sheet now, and they got to sign it. It's okay. He younger you, so he don't know.
And they don't listen. They show where I showed them where I was going. They move so slow.
But he wouldn't know because you don't. He's younger.
But they should know better than that, boy.
Maybe he
I ain't know
didn't.
because-
He's sorry.
It's all right. We ain't pay for it. It's all right. We ain't pay for it.
It's all right.
I made bigger mistakes since I did. Right, Miss K?
Oh, They just have to sign, but you did good. You did good. Thank you, baby.
Now y'all see the amount of kids? Y'all see the amount of kids? Every chair now is full. I started that program with one table and 2 kids. And I've been doing this for over 12 years. Yeah, Kevin Kittle's people. So I started a whole new channel. Thank you, Zizi. Thank you, Zizi. And I have them kids go into the nursing homes, which I'm not going to show that. I got so much I can show you guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. When I said I have over 1,000 kids, I have over 1,000 kids. If you can outdo what I do, then we can talk. And this is just one video. But I don't put my kids on my YouTube. But that day they was having water fights. They were just being crazy. So I just decided to take them that day. That was just one day I decided to take them because they was. And then y'all got to see the video. When the boys were singing and the boys were singing, that shit was so funny. Lord, if I could find that video, I would. That shit is so funny. Let me see if I can find that video. That video is too funny. Too funny. It's too funny. It's too funny. I gotta show y'all something, right? I just want to show y'all something so funny. It was funny as hell to me. Being that people like to talk shit. I just want to show y'all one video. To me, it was funny. To you, it might not be funny. But this is the name of my organization. It's called I Believe in Me. It's called I Believe in Me. See, I work. Look at all my kids. Look at all my kids. Don't play with me. I don't play. I don't play, baby. I don't play. I do not play. Look at all the kids I deal with. I don't play. Look, I collect, I give out coats. Look at that. I do coats. All my kids draw this themselves. They did that themselves and they donated it to the old people. But that's not what I want to see. See, look at me. Look at me. Look at my kids. I even got the guardian angels coming to help me. It's the guardian angels that come in to help me and my kids, right? But I'm looking for one particular video. See my kids? See all my kids? See all my kids? Don't come for me. Don't ever. Look, I got Isaiah. I got the basketball players out there. They came out for the kids. They basketball players. This is my old worker. He passed away. God bless you, True. You are definitely missed. These are my babies. They all my babies. All my babies. Okay, here we go. Watch this. This shit is so funny. Then after that, back to the show. That was funny as shit. They did not know I was taping them, right? They got a couple of other songs on there, but don't ever come for me ever in your life. But we will get back to this, right? But that made tears come out of my eyes because of Convo. But there was just the boys, and one of the boys was just playing the music. And I heard all of them singing. I taped them. I got like 3 different videos of them singing. And they don't know I taped them. And then when they found out, they were like, if you tell anybody, we're going to get you. We're going to get you. Now let's get back to this video. Don't tell me you can't do anything in your community. I've done it.
Yeah, I need to reflect on some of the stuff I'm saying.
Well, actually, Lesby, and here's what kind of sparked that part of the conversation, because Lesby and her so-called wife or girlfriend or whatever, they went out and they had, for lack of better terms, a test tube baby or a baby by, artificial insemination. Now, the whole thing is that now what they
if she was from your side of town, alien blood,
is that
I don't know how you don't know him.
Like
y'all around the same age.
Who can help raise the boy?
He's only in his 30s.
Son, right? Which is
he ain't got you by that much.
Responsible thing to do, but at some point in time,
he's from your side of town.
This boy needs a father.
You know how much work he's doing on your side of town.
Father is. Period. There's no substitute. Okay, there's no substitute for that. Right? That child is always going to have an identity issue. And what I'm saying to you, and what I'm saying is that for the most part, and I just use the example from the arena that I play in, what happens
and one more thing, my cash apps that y'all give me go directly to my kids and my seniors. And what I do is when y'all seen them gifts and stuff, y'all, my supporters, if any of my old supporters is in here, that's where y'all money go. Y'all money don't go to me. Y'all money go to the program, and it goes to the senior. We take that stuff, which I'm going to show you on my other channel, my new channel. I'm going to show y'all again where y'all money go and how many people y'all make happy. Y'all don't know how it feels to go to a senior citizen home and a lady and the people are bedbound. The people are bedbound. Then you got kids that go in there and give them handmade gifts. You don't know how it feels to see the tears come out their eyes because they think people don't care. But we care. We care. We care. We care, and I care.
Is that the sisters, they use the family court system to run off good men and then try to substitute us to help with their children.
But I'm gonna say that. And I'll give you something too, bro. Just so you know, when you're dealing with the jail system and the criminal system and the judicial system, you're dealing with a certain type of people. You have to also recognize that the type of woman who's in child support court, who's filing those cases, not the woman who needs it, but in those cases, you're going to be dealing with a certain type of woman. That's not indicative of all black women.
I didn't say it's all black women. I'm talking about those groups of women who are who's attempting to substitute volunteer black men for and having us trying to make up for the decisions that they made in terms of them not having a father. Okay? That's just absolutely wrong.
It's something that personally I feel like this also is really deep to you because of the situation you might have went through. I'll be honest.
No,
I feel like
it's not.
That's a lie. That's a lie. You too passionate about it. I don't believe
Look
it.
at the communities, and the reason why I'm passionate about it, and I'm going to explain to you the reason for my passion, because I have a son and a daughter. Okay?
I know you
and my
did.
son and my children have to grow up with now children.
But you just said you didn't have no children like 20 minutes ago when Q asked you, did you have children?
I told Q I
he
had
said
a
he
son
had
and
children.
a
He said he
daughter.
had children.
Okay.
And they have to grow up in a society where the terms are being redefined. Okay, I was on the bus stop with a guy, got off the train, got on the bus, was waiting to get on the bus, and there was a grown man who told me that he wasn't a man, he was a woman. And I asked him, did he have any woman parts? And he said no. But today, this is what I feel like. So call me a woman. Today. This is the society that our children are growing up in. And it's already tough enough. And the whole thing is that, sister, you should actually be on my side and saying, you women need to stop making it hard for these good men who want to be in these children's lives.
Well, you
I would never. Please let me speak you. Because that's not fair. Like I was on the panel with you and Sean. Like I was on the panel with y'all yesterday. Like I don't even the energy that I don't resonate with that type of energy.
I got you. I know,
He's
brother.
real disrespectful. Like I don't know how to relate to a transgender.
I got you. So, brother, so
I'll stop being triggering.
He mad because I fuck with you and Sean because they real men. Where you don't smoke? Okay, let me get up off here.
No, you have to go with this. All right, brother. That your statement is equivalent to saying like a white person saying, you all like just like when you make that blatant statement, we have to be responsible for the speech. Like you're making a lot of blanket statements.
So what you're trying to tell me is that the sisters should not assist us in saying to the other women, stop making it difficult for the brothers to be in these children's lives.
What I'm saying is that when it comes to relationships, we don't know why anyone is not in someone's life. So when you're making the assumption that it's the woman, you don't know what it is. Have you ever pushed a baby out? No.
Yeah, he have.
No, so all right, so we don't know. Have you ever been shot?
No.
Can you imagine being shot by somebody and they're alive and you're paralyzed?
No, I can't imagine that.
I have several friends who are paralyzed and the person who shot them is walking around right now because they went to jail for 15 years. You're paralyzed for life. When a woman has a baby, their body is changed for life.
Sure.
Now that sure has a lot of weight in it. We may underwrite that where it might have been one argument. You might have called her a bitch on the wrong day. The emotional balance in that shit, and that female that's carried in that situation, we don't know the weight of it.
That's the reason why I'm saying, bro, they need to try to work it out.
Bro, what? Then
get pregnant. You get pregnant then. How about you get pregnant?
To learn to work it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Them surrounds our
I ain't working out my hormones.
We have that baby. Do you know that we could die giving birth?
You see the same way you're saying this, brother? The way you're bringing this up? I can talk about.
It's not fair. Like
I can talk
everybody is
about
not like
the
that.
fathers that haven't showed up. I can talk about the
Just
fathers
because you
who
be messing
look.
with bum ass
The
bitches don't
same way
mean
you do.
everybody else
Look,
is. And I'm gonna shut
we
up
can
and I'm gonna get off
look,
the
we can talk about the fathers who Sean had to make up for. We can talk about the fathers who do not help pay for the tuition in the institute. The amount of fathers who say, let their mother pick up the kids. We just had a father last week pick up his 3 daughters and then bring them back and say, I can't watch them this weekend. I got to get my car. We should have jumped him. He did it in Best-Stuy. If he would have did it here in Brownsville, I would have watched him. This is like, we don't have that. I don't have a father, too many fathers who wake up 6 in the morning and are carrying a child with autism, another baby in their back, 3 children. Yes, they have babies. They do
My
this stuff.
son does have autism. Let me get up off of here.
You know what I
I'm
mean?
about to get
You know
off
what I
here
mean?
too because I'm really upset. You know, and I was just on here the other night, and I was
No,
talking to y'all.
remember,
Y'all
we
know I
gotta
was
keep.
respectful.
I know
I let
the
y'all talk.
emotion.
I didn't say nothing. I didn't interrupt y'all. But I don't deal with men that ain't men.
know, but
And I ain't finna fuck with him because I be
no,
done hurt this
sister,
nigga
but it's
feelings.
also
You heard?
being
I'm
disciplined.
finna drop down off this bitch. You heard? Because I hurt this nigga feelings.
It's also understanding, like, if we can't hear each other, we'll never understand each other. And if we don't get to a place of understanding, we'll never grow. That's just communications. That's just communication. You know what I mean? Like that's just the basis of communication. Like if we can never grow if we do not understand each other. So you have to learn to not respond. I don't respond to shit y'all be saying. I just be sitting there like, oh, okay. And I just try to mentally remember what you said in order. So I can go back and say, all right, because most people get on YouTube and start talking and go down the river and they forgot their first 3, 4, 5 points. And if you let people talk long enough, they expose themselves. Enough for you to really galvanize an understanding, to gain an understanding of this person's, what's behind this person's speech. You know what I mean? And like, and sisters, just so you can say, all right, if y'all like, all right, you want to understand why these dudes think like that, this is, you got to hear it. And over here, I know it's a lot to stomach because you're going to hear trigger statements. Don't think I'm co-signing it. Don't think I'm allowing it. Some people have to express themselves.
So Q,
they got to hear it.
Yeah, I've been triggered the whole show. But
Q,
I mean, I couldn't get my feelings.
Q, you just said
it is what it is.
A guy came and dropped his three daughters off, right? Said he got to go pick up his car, you know, so he's gonna leave the babies there, right? Obviously that was wrong, right? But you hear what you just said after that. We should have whooped his ass.
Yep.
Now, if you look at the alternative for women, right? Let's say if they do the same thing because they're going through whatever emotional wrecks, they may say, "Oh, I can't really deal with them," and they have to go chase a guy, right? Now, you would obviously make a different concession. You wouldn't whoop her ass.
Because women are not physically as strong. You're not going to discipline a woman. So you advocate. Come on, man.
Let me finish.
I want to. What he said?
There's obvious reasons. There's some reasons why and what's going on in our brothers' brains to where they'll choose cars over kids. Okay.
They're irresponsible.
And because of the psychological, and because this is a psychological issue, which means that a brother is actually sick. Okay, something's going on in his brain where he's not prioritizing right.
All right, so let me
we both sick. The black woman and the black man is. We both sick.
I did not say that the sisters are not. I didn't say that the sisters are not sick.
Yeah, but you didn't say that we were though. You can't.
I got you. So brother, when you highlight one without the other, that's the bias. So that's what I mean.
Because here's what the bias is.
No, you already showed the biases. Now for you to understand why we
sisters have the programs to deal with that psychological issue. the brothers do not have any programs that's designed just for us to deal with our psychological issues. You know what brothers got? Ass whippings. That's what brothers got. And this is part of the problem.
And the girls ain't getting no
because
beatings.
black men have been getting
No, the
ass
problem
whippings.
is if you
So
don't have
have
a space
females. And your
created,
point is what?
create the space that
So
y'all need.
has females. Your point
Let
is
me just
what?
land here.
All right, my bad.
Black boys have been getting ass whippings since they was little
So
boys,
have
and now
females.
even as
I
grown
got
men,
'em.
they're gonna get ass whippings about making decisions, and nobody is really checking to make sure that their mental capacity is okay.
So has
This is
females.
part
And
of
your
our
point is
issue in our
nothing.
community. Okay,
That's
and
one
so we got to
piece
work
of
to
it.
fix this.
That's one piece of it, but to work to fix it, that is a black man's responsibility.
But we can't keep passing out ass whippings either to each other for
I'm
making
not, but
dumbass
again,
decisions.
but if you're gonna say, as soon as we bring up, you got to think about it. You brought up black women as the issue so many times, and never once provided a rationale. But as soon as we brought up a black man, you went to a medical excuse.
Black, because okay,
No,
it's
just
already
understand.
understood.
No,
It's
no,
already
no,
understood that black
again.
women are taken care of medically.
No. Forget
That
why.
is not true.
I just want you to see the
Y'all
argument.
people are deranged.
I'm not going into you. I'm not whether you're wrong or right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that when you brought up the information about black women, you said black men cannot create programs or have an issue with getting
I said
capital
we don't have programs.
because of capital, and then immediately you said black women.
It start with one
This.
fucking table.
Then you
Same
said-
way I did it.
And you
One
said,
table.
and you said no. You said black women spend millions of dollars on makeup.
Not millions, trillions.
But I want you to see how your logic is connecting. Like if Mr. Robbins was here for English, you're connecting your thesis immediately to these points, and you're not seeing how your rationalization for your thesis revolves around women at all points. But when it comes to the men, and it was a rationale for men, you brought the reasoning to another level, and you said, well, it's because of a medical reason. And that's when the sister said, we both can say that. You see what I mean?
Okay.
So if we're going to say that on both sides, we both can. And that's why I said from the black conscientious perspective, we don't say, we just know that both sides of the coin needs healing. We're not going to sit here and say,
The program that he talked about for women, which program exactly is he talking about?
Well, I mean, there's nationwide programs.
That guy look like I know him, Sean. I think I know that guy,
Nationwide
Sean.
programs for women is everywhere. Where if you look around, especially, as a matter of fact, there's only one program that I've seen, and that was Taraji P. Henson. She's the only one who is trying to make it to where black men can have some free psychological help.
let me ask you, whose fault is that?
Well, that's okay. There's a lot of
I agree, Q.
Hold on.
The black men can create that space. And that's what y'all need.
That is a black man's fault.
Okay.
Simple.
There's a lot of blame to go around, but who's responsible for fixing it? It's us. It's our responsibility.
So that's our fault. That's it.
Okay.
I know that guy, Sean.
However,
I don't
Now,
care.
also, not to go into the white supremacist play. When we don't take hold of our responsibilities, and then we play around with our responsibilities, now we let other people in to be able to offer our women and our community resources, and we can't control it. So then you got men who you have millions of men who are not taking care of their kids.
And don't you think that that's a mental health issue?
Do you see how we go to the mental health issue again? Don't you think it's a mental health issue?
Wait a second.
Women having to deal with men not taking care of their children?
Okay, first of all, all right.
I'm just saying,
We already know.
we're going to say that across the black community needs mental health.
Okay, because what we're talking
However,
about
let's not, if we're going to stress mental health, and black men need men, and that's what I said in the video, black women are not doing acts in society as crazy as black men right now. So we black men need to focus on black men.
And this is what it is that I'm talking about here, right? And so if black men are focusing in on black men, right? And the prioritization needs to be black men. It's going to take the support of our women in order to be successful at that.
And that women, and that's what I'm saying, I don't know where you are, but if women don't support you, that's either a matter of your swag, charisma, talking, energy, work ethic.
Okay. So here's the other thing that I mean by support, because I don't have the problem of sisters in support, meaning showing up. I'm talking about sisters starting programs to support the black men.
No, why would a woman? Right there, I gotta stop you. Women should not be creating programs for men. Issue. That means no. It's our job.
Okay, so let me explain. Okay, because it takes capital.
It takes work.
No, it takes work, but it also takes capital. In order to do what you do, it takes money, doesn't it?
It takes energy.
No, it takes money, and money equals resources. Let's take the farm.
No. It takes resources. The way you word it, that's how you understand it. I can articulate it differently, and I can show it differently. Like I'm sitting in my space. I got multiple kids all over the country.
In order to run this live stream, it takes money. In order to buy books, in order to procure programs, and all of these things go on your balance sheet, right?
So you're saying that we're supposed to look to women for money? So we're supposed to look to women for money?
First of all, we're supposed to look for the brothers and the sisters for money.
You are so full of shit. I just showed you. I started from one table, Mr. The Man. Mr. The Man. So you learn about us. What? No, you start. Just do it. It started with $1 billion a year industry. Look it up. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? We don't have to give him our money. Nobody gave me their money until they seen what I was doing. It could be $1 quadrillion. We don't care we don't have to support him. We don't have to support somebody who disrespects. If you don't like women, but you want our money, get the funk out of here. The funk. You think that people do not hear you talk? You think that the man been on my channel before, okay? The man been on my channel too. I'm going to find that video. But on my soon-to-be ex Sugar Love channel, right? People see you jumping in and out of channels. You disrespect women, and now you want our money. No, we're not giving you shit. How about that? I'm talking about the man. He telling us where all our money go and why we should give it to him for his program. No, you don't like us, so we're not giving you shit. How about that? Where all your brothers at? Where all your men at? Why your men ain't giving you money for your program? Y'all do a lot of fucking talking. That's not what he's talking about, Alien Blood. He's saying where all women money go and why we should take that money and give it to him. No, we're not giving you our money. That's it. We ain't giving you our money.
I just want to hear what you're saying. We're supposed to look to women for money. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, and I want to make sure that it's clear. Both men and women need to start ponying up to take care of our kids and our community.
All right. So I just want to ask you. So I was like, I have a street view on that. My job is to get money for myself. My job is to acquire resources at any means possible for my community. I ain't worried about no female doing that for me. Never would.
You should not worry. But the fact of the matter is that we're talking about accountability. Okay, we're talking about accountability and the accountability for our children. The fact of the matter is this, and I'm going to say something that's very controversial. Black women will spend more money on hair weave than they will spending money on their children. Period.
Black men will spend. I can say the same. The black men.
The brothers will spend, and the black men will spend more money on car rims than they will on their children, and
Now,
radios that go in their cars and all that other crap. So
now that statement, though, but that statement though is largely again, that's based off of where you live. I don't live around those type of people. I live around people who spend more money on their kids than almost anything. So I don't know. I feel bad for the people you're around.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying.
So,
let me show this. The building I'm in, $1.5 million. Black couple. They pay for their children to learn the most. Every parent in my institute pays. They all put up whatever they can. I don't understand what you're saying. I can show you 200 parents right now. I don't know how much more I can show you that it's like, bro, that's your experience. And sometimes you just have to recognize that your experience has created a shallow reality. And there's nothing wrong with
I'm sure that because you run a school, correct?
Institute, yes.
You run an institute, right? The average child per year, how much do you spend for the average child in your institute?
How much do I spend?
How much does it cost for the average child? Not that the parent ponies up, but you figure out how much the average child, how much it actually costs for the average child to go to your institute. How much is that?
That I wouldn't. I don't take that. I take a different approach to a career. Individuals taking these talking points home and trying to get their woman to listen to Kevin Samuels. Then they're listening to Obsidian. No,
that is a problem.
You see what I mean? And then they're going home and then they're angry at the white man. So this is why I said the conscious community. You got a bunch of angry black men. You showing them this information. Now they're angry and they want the black woman.
I'm gonna tell you something else that you probably need to know. You probably already know it, but okay, that's why you choose your mate wisely. I've never had a woman that I had to beat on. Never had one. I always choose my women wisely, and women should do the same as well. You choose your mate, especially women, because they're having babies by guys. If they don't choose them wisely, that's her fault. You chose this guy. You chose to get pregnant by this guy 9 months and the next 25 years with this kid. She chose that. So that's her fault. Don't blame it on the guy because he was having a good time just like she was having a good time. He didn't want no kid. She said she didn't want no kid, but she had it anyway. So it's how you look at it. But
well,
I wouldn't put the fault on.
What I will say to that is, and I'll say this to this, brothers, don't dance in the club. That's not the way the world works with responsibility. You can do some shit once and have to deal with it for the rest of your life.
Facts.
That's
and
the way.
I never did like clubs. I always looked at clubs as meat markets. And
I'm just saying, like, look, be abstinent. You see what I mean? Practice protective sex. But the reality is, when you get in somebody's car, most people don't check their insurance.
Be responsible for what the sperm is.
Understand. Most people don't check the person's insurance when they get in the car.
Yeah, but most women don't check.
I think they're missing the metaphors.
You're missing the whole metaphor, bro.
So that's a problem as well.
No, brother. The point I'm making is, We live in a world where you have to deal with your assumptions and live that out.
I made this analogy today, right? And I want you guys to let me
Did
know
you
if you
did you
agree.
did you grasp the analogy that was just given?
I don't think so.
Yes. No, say
I'm
it
just
again.
saying.
I'm sure I did, but go ahead. You repeat it. That's what made me say what I'm about to.
How are you?
I'm good in yourself. I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm always good, and no, I don't sleep. I've never been a sleeper. A couple of hours is good enough for me.
It makes me feel uncomfortable to sleep too much, actually.
Well, I don't know if I feel uncomfortable. My body just automatically gets up.
Yeah, right. That's what it is. Right, right.
And
Same
then
thing
when
with
it's
me.
time to go to bed, my body like, no. You know how many times
Yup,
I ended the
yup,
live?
yup.
You
That's
know
a
how many
fact.
times I ended the live and like, I promise, this the last one. The next thing you know, it be 12, 1 o'clock. I'm right there like, I thought you said you was doing no more. I was like, well, I thought I was going to sleep, but I ain't going to sleep.
And look, sugar. I don't know what kind of energy or what we have in our body because it's certain people. You know, you've been around certain people that could just fall out, drop of a dime, like just snore, drop of a dime, and you just like,
How do you
how?
do that?
Yeah, what the
Or
fuck
how
though?
do you just get into bed and go to sleep? I'm like, I could never do that. It's that shit is crazy. Let me tell you something. I used to work, go to school, go skating, and still I I never was late for work ever. I never been late for work. I never had none of them type of things with 2 hours sleep. You would think that, and I'm like, I could get up and still maneuver do the day like I had all my sleep.
Nah, I remember. Look, I remember sugar working at JFK. I ain't gonna lie, I used to love to work at JFK Terminal One, and I just remember like some days I would be on time and some days I wouldn't. But one
Wow.
thing I would say to myself is like, man, I don't even care about coming to work on time because no, because I know when I get to work, I'm gonna put in the work. You feel me? Better than majority workers. But the point is that for some reason I just couldn't get there on time. I don't know why.
I could never get to work late. I'm always early. Even if I had 1 hour sleep, that means I did not go to sleep and I got to work on it. And this is out of all the jobs and all the years I worked, I've never came to work late ever.
Yo,
And these are all different jobs.
listen, I would have like
I
maybe
think I
two.
will have. I'm not a perfectionist, but I'm sort of kinda. So to me being late has nothing to do with the job. It's like, damn, I'm fucking late. I will be mad all day.
Mm,
Everything's about me and my perception and my performance. So a lot of work is because I'm that way. They got a lot of good work out of me. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no, but sugar, that's what it really was. I knew I was arguably top five or top 10 workers. And I know as soon as I come there, I'm probably doing more work than people that have been there 2 or 3 hours already. And I'd have been there only 30 minutes.
Except for me if I was there. Because you
Oh
have
yeah, yeah. I
because
already
I
know.
because I have to like do the best, be the best. I have to give 150%. But then
That's how
only
it is.
time I don't give the 150% is when they know you that good and they want you to do the manager's job, but I don't get paid manager money.
Sugar. That's why I used to come late on purpose, sugar. That's why. You see what you just said? Oh, that's why. And
So
you're
it's
not
like
slaving
show
me.
this person this and show. Now I'm like that person better have some good ass eyes because I'm not showing them shit. They better catch on because that's your job as a manager is to train and show. That is not my job. Y'all better catch on real quick. Don't ask me no questions. I'm not. Well, do it this way and do it. No, 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 no.
Always had me training someone, and I'm just
No,
like,
I was well. I didn't mind. They thought they was being trained. I wasn't training them, but they could tag along. That's up to the manager. But any question that they needed to know, they would have had to go. They still would have had to go to that manager. Do not come to
yeah.
me. Now this man right here, Mr. Man, he was on my show before. I listened to him out. But now, being that them them kitten heels is I'm out for blood now, right? So nothing nice will be said.
What?
Now
Why you gotta why people be having these cartoon faces? What's all that about?
the man, I don't know, maybe it makes him look important.
I
His
don't
head
know.
is
Maybe
big. His head is big and important and unimportant. But a
it
lot of
make
these men, he's mad because he's trying to say, I don't know if you heard it correctly, that in his program that the women are not investing, and that's why it's pro. But my thing is, I've seen you too many. See, this is why you have to leave your. That's like you never hear me speak upon anything personal. I may say like little things that may can help you, but my personal life you have never heard,
yeah.
right? Like little things, yeah, you're gonna have to say in conversation. But you're not gonna hear me say, "Oh, this about black men, that a black." Because number one, I love the black man, right? I love the black. I nothing. I love the black man. I honestly think he is a king. That's why I call all y'all kings, and that's what I do. So I'm not lying. To me, y'all
Yep.
kings, right? So you can't go around being any type of fear. Is it a red fear, man fear, blue fear, whatever fear or whatever pill that it is? And then now you expect women to donate to your cause.
Yeah.
After these women heard everything you said about them, no, I know I'm going to give $1,000,001 to makeup because I'd rather give it to them than give it to you. Matter of fact, the way you talking is going to be 50 trillion. If you know what I'm saying, if you know you want a business, then you have to learn how to shut up. You can't come up here saying women this, women that, and women this on different platforms. And then, so in that case, let your brothers help you. Like, that's like a red pill should never ask the community for nothing, especially the woman. Because if we the problem, why would we give you our money? Somebody like Cynthia G. Now, Cynthia G supports the hell out of the Q Butter. And I like Q Butter because you should know Q Butter because y'all somewhere around the same age. And he's from your side of town.
I know I heard his name before though, but I've never like really seen him.
But he done did not one but two schools. See, he's speaking out of he speaks like me out of experience of dealing with people. So we know what the statistics say, but we know what's in our face at the same time. We know how many people came through us. We know how many people we had to help. We know how we with the kids. We know how they truly feel it. We know what goes down in the house. And a lot of them, they say mother and father. Do you know? I'm just going to say out of 1,000 kids, right? Do you know how many of them had two family households?
Yep.
How many you think?
Well, I know the ratio.
No, my ratio. I'm talking. No, you don't know the ratio. We don't know where these ratios come from. I'm talking about.
I would probably say like 10% out of 1,000.
Okay. No, it's not even 10%, because that would be 100, correct? So it's not even 10%, right?
But that's the same number I came up with my mom. That's about right. That's all crazy.
Right. And this is not statistics. This is real life. See, statistics is not. Statistics only give you a base. It doesn't give you the accuracy that people need, that they like to keep throwing in your face, because it's like I did a statistic the other day, and that come from one college. But you got different colleges and different researchers that do statistics also. So we can't take one statistic because this one agree with us, and then you got another college or another researcher that says something different. So I don't go off none of their statistics. I go off. Guess what? I dealt with enough people that I could do statistics too. So why is their statistics more valid than mine? I study. I ask questions. I did the same thing they do. So I have statistics also. So their statistic doesn't mean more than my statistics, because we're doing the same thing. Statistics is nothing but gathering information, correct?
Yeah.
That's what I do. And that's what Q Butter does. So we can never be liars because he's using his statistics. I'm using my statistics.
No, what did he say? Damn, he said something that he did lie about. He did. He said, yeah, I called him in one lie. I did. I forgot it though. Hold on. Damn.
But him being might be caught in a lie. And yo, a lot of kids never know about astronomy. You gotta really check him out and see what he's teaching them kids. They're gonna be way beyond average. You just have to check him out.
Okay.
He's from, but this is being done in your part of town.
I do got to go back home.
When you go back home, you're gonna see what he's done and what he's doing. That's why I tell people it's not even all about money when you start. I started. You seen how? Did you see the boys singing? They didn't even know I was taping them.
Yeah.
And they know I showed that they're gonna kill me, right? And you see, I deal with I deal with grown kids, and I deal with younger kids. I couldn't put on tape unless they mother signed a waiver. But that was done out of a spare of a moment, so I couldn't show the other side. I only could show the older kids, right? And I usually take in at least 100 kids for the summer, and I take in, and then I do. Don't forget, I do so much. I do events, I do the nursing homes, I do a lot. So my statistics count a lot. They count, so I don't need to hear about somebody else's statistics when I have my own. But the point that I'm making is that I don't care about the adults. I don't care about the kids because I'm with the kids. I see their tears. I see they crying. I see the good mothers. I see the bad fathers. I see it all. That's why I cannot pick and choose because both of them are doing the kids dirty. Both of them got their kids crying. So I can't play the blame game. I can't do that when I'm too busy trying to get these kids on the right track for all the hurt that they're feeling. You know how many kids say, oh yeah, when my dad got with this new chick or had a new baby, they forgot all about me. You know, I hear a lot. I hear a lot. And I also seen mothers when it's payday beat their kids to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, it started at 8 o'clock. How you here at 7:30? Like, where's the kid? Well, today they get paid and I'm come pick up their check. I'm like, no, you can't. You cannot pick up their check. Their check come on their card. Oh, they got a card? And they flew back home. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. They be sitting at payday. Them parents, the bad, I'm not gonna say bad mothers, but whatever you want to call them, dysfunctional mothers, they there waiting. I be like, damn, they couldn't. Some, I see, like I said, I done seen some of everything, good, the bad, the ugly, but my thing is saving these kids' life. No, I mean kids that are in gangs, and when they come into my program, they are in opposing gangs. And then I had it to whereas they was able to, while they're in there with me, to leave that gang stuff out of it and just talk and chill with one another. And they bonded. A lot of them bonded. I done saved a lot of lives. And that's the same thing the man can do. I'm not sitting around saying, well, these men don't support me. Like he's saying, these women don't support me. I'm not saying, well, these men take all their money and buy sneakers and they can't. No, you start something and you grow, but you're not going to sit up there and tell women where their money is going and think that we're going to give it to you. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You cannot have a full thought, but then want public money. That's the point that I'm saying.
I just think, in my opinion, a lot of black men look to black women for assistance too much, and I don't think that this is the world that we live in. You know, I think that's the world that we did live in, but I don't think that's the world that we do live in.
We love supporting men. First of all, we have done it. That's how a lot of these men get elected. That's women support. A lot of women votes.
No,
You know.
but men, to me, I just feel like men should just be doing not everything on their own, because I know it's really hard to group with other black men because of societies and all that other stuff, gangs, police, everything, all that incorporated. But the point is that y'all got to stop looking for women for assistance, because y'all got to understand they live in their own life and they, doing whatever they doing. So
No, we're gonna assessment. I hate to say it that if
not majority.
a man is doing right, it's in our nature to
No, no, no,
assist
no, no,
y'all.
no, 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 no.
I'm telling you how women are. I understand what you're saying, but if they're doing right and we see they doing right and we see they help, it's in our
It's
nature.
gonna be a small percentage of that.
No, it's a big percentage. Remember, I'm going by my statistics, not your statistics. I'm going by what I see every day. Like one man sat up there and my wife having twins. The women's got together. Them babies ain't need for nothing. What we had a lot of women that held jobs, because I also started the anti-violence collaborative, which you may know because in East New York it's called Man Up.
I heard of that.
So I was affiliated with Andre, the head guy. So I'm with the head people. But it was called Man Up, and they was the ones that's out there trying to stop the violence. They was first responders as far as hurry up and getting into them. They was out there trying to get them to stop killing each other, and if somebody did get shot, they were the first ones at the hospital trying to de-escalate the problem. But it's called Man Up. But out here by me, it's called it's an anti-violence collaboration. Like I said, my foot is in the door, and a lot of the jobs that they did got women put them there. Women put them in the head positions because we know. See, one thing we ain't stupid. Don't let our big mouths fool you, right? Don't let our independence fool you. We ain't stupid. We ain't stupid. We know when it come down to the battle line. Here you go. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe everything we say. But you got a couple of women, but they still, the jobs they got was through women. So we had hatred. See, in our real world, that stuff doesn't exist. In our world, it only exists on the internet, because if they promote that in the real world, they will lose a lot. So that will be more like that secret that I have to keep, because I have to deal with women in this real world. Even though I may not like them, I may blame them from everything, but that's more on that. You think Kevin Samuels act the same in the real world?
No, I think he could. I don't know if he do, but I think
he will not. He will not. The real world is different from YouTube world. From matter of fact, not just Kevin Samuels, not Mr. Kitten Hills himself. Now that he don't piss me off. So
no, okay, all right. Watch this.
But that go for a lot of people, not just him. Even for Instagram thoughts and all that other stuff. What they do on the internet is totally different from the real world. Not just him. That go for a lot of people.
Oh, nowadays though, I can't say that, because you know what it is. You know what it is, and everybody going to understand when I say this. A lot of people do shit for the gram. So, in my opinion, I would say easily a lot of people try to, live a fake life. Easily,
Yeah.
hell yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Too many.
Yeah.
Too many.
Yeah. Like I said, I let you guys come up here and talk about the grown stuff because it boils me up. Because I don't care about the kids, because I deal with kids and I'm not talking about young kids. As you see, I got grown ass kids too.
Yeah.
And a lot of them kids, they got good jobs. Well, in that particular group right there, they all got good jobs now. Their parents come and thank me, because you got to be very strategic dealing with them kids, and you have to learn. You think it's not easy learning 100 personalities and catering to 100 personalities and treating all 100 personalities as they're the only person in the room. And then I see the ones and it's a lot of them too. They got the 2-parent household. They're the worst ones. I'm like, well, hold up now. Shit.
Spoiled.
Exactly. They're the worst goddamn ones. I gotta send their ass home all the time. Like, have a nice day. We'll try this again tomorrow.
Spoiled.
But the worst ones is the 2-family kids.
I mean, they end up better in life, but they are the worst ones, yeah.
But what I find the problem is, because see, being that I deal with male and female, I have to warn the females about the men, and I have to warn the men about these females. See, my job has to be the truth at all times. When I see a young lady going through too many problems in her house, I have to tell these young men, she wants a baby. She don't have nobody to love her. She's going to look for you to be the lover, and she's going to trap you with a kid. And then she's going to be the crazy lady you're going to want to get away from. See, a lot of people don't tell them these things as kids. So then when you do get these crazy mothers as adults, that's because nobody want these boys when they was young. See, they too busy fix grown people. You can't fix grown people. You got to fix them. I try to fix them while they're young. Yeah, she all on to you. Because she doesn't know what love is. So she's gonna think having a baby and in her mind she's gonna have a baby. You're gonna be the perfect man, and she's gonna show her family how good she's doing. But really, she is really gonna be doing is repeating the cycle. But these young boys need to know that. How many times people school these young boys? If you're gonna help, you gotta help these young boys. You can't help grown men out. Talk about grown women all day. And it's like, what do you win out of winning a conversation against a woman? Do you get a prize? Okay, every conversation you have with a woman, you win. Do you get a prize?
Nope.
Do y'all men give other men a prize? I mean, okay, you told us. Okay, you told us. Okay, we the worst ever. Okay, you win. Do you get a prize now? I mean, you may get more cash apps, but on my other channel, I'm going raw because his trolls got me mad because I was unbiased with his trolls. So they taking my page away in 6 days and counting. They were supposed to take it, but they're going to take it.
They give you a countdown on the days they're going to take your page.
Yeah, that's why I started a new page.
That is so stupid. Just take it.
Them damn kitten heels. They went and flagged me. And I'm like, that was Boss Lady. That wasn't me.
Boss Lady. Oh.
Remember she talks in the background?
Yeah.
But she has every right to do that. But in their mind, you can't say nothing about the Godfather. And then I'm like, we do panels afterwards, so we didn't just take his stuff. We did it the right way. That's why they couldn't just take the channel the way they did. So now it's up to Kevin himself if he wants to be lenient or not.
But one thing I truly noticed though about YouTube and the algorithm, because when you said that, you are so right about that. He does take down a lot of women that I basically don't agree with him, basically, in a sense.
Yeah, but it's not in YouTube algorithm because that's from Instagram. It's not from YouTube, so it's not in YouTube algorithm. He had to get in contact with YouTube.
No, but it's gonna somehow they make it to the algorithm where they can find those videos.
No, people have to blow your ass up. Remember, I'm a YouTube creator. I know how it goes. People will have to flag your page, and his kitten heels would say, "Hey, she's showing your stuff."
so somebody flagged you.
Right, they flagged it, and then they told him, hey, this person is doing A, B, and C. And then he was nice enough to send me an email. Ain't that some shit?
But who you think will flag you?
The people who didn't agree with what some people had to say.
Oh, so
Because
somebody
you gotta remember, the content only picks up music. The ID only picks up music. They pick up certain words, like you can't say the bait word, if you know what I mean. Certain words, curse words, you really can't say, like certain things. But his source of content never came from YouTube. It came from Instagram. That's
but
a so
Kevin.
you, huh?
Still Kevin.
So he can't pick it up. It has to be told to him.
Yeah. Wow.
But my thing is, my main thing was, as you see, it was more about y'all men and what y'all can learn from out of it. Because a lot of things he does say is absolutely correct. I'm not going to sit up here, and I do think that some women do believe in the word believe, and he let you know, I know you believe in this, but this is how it is. That part, being that I am a realist, I can't say, oh, he's just totally wrong. I can't do that. And then a lot of if you notice in my chat, a lot of people didn't even know Kevin Samuels.
Yeah.
How many people said, oh, this man, this man, this man? You didn't see nobody of usual people. I'm not talking about people that came in the chat. I'm talking about people who you see on a regular. They didn't know who Kevin Samuel was.
No.
So I opened up people to Kevin Samuels. So now when he do that,
but no. One thing, hold on. One thing that I really do have to say about Kevin, and what really blows my mind about Kevin, I ain't gonna lie, this is the only thing that blows my mind about Kevin. That it's been many of guys in the manosphere in the red pill lifestyle that have been saying the same identical thing he's been saying. He's only famous because he's disrespectful with it. Us men been talking like Kevin for years.
Grandpa sure enough said it plenty of times.
But he just, I ain't gonna lie, he got a little disrespectful with it.
But that's how. But see, my thing is, I don't hate the game. I don't hate the player. I hate the game. It's all part of the game. I don't have a problem with that. My problem is that you're tearing down small channels that's introducing people to your channel.
That's why
you're taking down people channels that, okay, I did like 4 or 5 videos, but look how so now all of their videos now have to leave because they use you, and people to learn from you, they got to lose everything. I mean, how fucked up can you be that, like, even my kids, that's why I gotta, on my old channel, I gotta do all my old Nature Boy videos. I'm just trying to save some of my old videos. So once 11, 12 o'clock come, because I'm not going to be on tonight because, you know, it's Thanksgiving, which I don't believe in Thanksgiving, but I will eat your food. I don't believe in Christmas, but I will take your gift, right? But I think that you is better than Kevin Samuels. I think that I that's my opinion. I think you are the youth. I think you're out there in the street. I think because you be around older people, and I think because you be around younger people, and I also think you're way better than Young Pharaoh, because Young Pharaoh is an op. He's an op. He's a straight up. I knew he was an op.
He's done for life. He's done.
I knew he was an op because he still was on straight up probation when they sent him out there. So they sent him out there for a reason. I'm not going all the way backwards on that story, but I'm saying that I think very highly of you.
Thank you.
You know, and I think that you do have, I know I don't agree with everything, but I do think that you do, like one day when you do start your station, no, I ain't going to go back and forth on it. I'm just going to sit there and listen. But you could start bringing your statistics or where you get your statistics from. A lot of people don't tell where they get their statistics from. They just go, "This is statistics." I'm like, "Fuck your statistics," right? Because in that case, I'm gonna do my own statistics so people could use. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use my own. I'm gonna make my own statistics and put it in YouTube. I mean, not in YouTube, in Google, because I have my own set of statistics. I ask people. I gather information too. I don't put nobody above myself, and that's the main problem I have with people who follow anybody. There's nobody better than you. Yeah, because they may articulate it better, or you may. Because first of all, if you wasn't smart and that wasn't going through your mind, you wouldn't agree with him anyway. So obviously, that's your train of thought pattern, and you say you was like that since you was young, correct?
Yep.
So if you already like that, that's why you agree with it. So it's not like he's telling you something you never heard before. So what makes him better than you? Because he has a platform?
Because he has way more I would say knowledge.
Knowledge of what?
Knowledge is I'm just talking about knowledge in terms of you could say experience.
Experience of what?
Of the ups and downs of dealing with women.
So you have it too.
Not necessarily now. Hold
How do
on
you
now.
know?
That's a
What
52-year-old man.
what did he say
I just
you
turned
ain't know?
30.
What did he say you did not know?
He exposed me to a few things, but
Like
for the
what?
most part, I'm not.
No,
Look,
I
look,
want to
look,
hear. Just pick one.
look, Tony. I'm not gonna lie. For the most part, I'm not gonna lie. I did know about 60% of the things he did say, but I want to give him a good 40% of them things that he teaches me. I didn't know. I could say that.
Okay, 40%. Could that only be because he's in his 50s? Even Tuffy
Right.
said you have it too.
Right.
Everybody's saying you got it, Alien.
Thank you, Tuffy.
So imagine when you get 50.
Yeah. I'm gonna be way better now.
See, that's the only difference. It's the age bracket. That's the only difference.
The 22 years.
Yeah, but I don't think that he was smart as you at 27.
Oh no! No, I wouldn't say no. He was getting played. He was getting played.
And then he got small hands too and a small body. Yeah, he
Kevin, Kevin is so exceptional because he has got played at least 30 times. Kevin looked like he's been getting played. Look at Kevin. We're not talking about recent Kevin. I'm talking about Kevin from them pictures where you see with the Jerry curl. They was playing.
That's right. And I'm talking then I'm not mad at him because he used to do men first. And then men didn't work. And then now, okay, the men didn't work. See, I'm not mad at the hustle. I'm just mad that because people use a couple of his videos that he wants to take their whole entire channel. I'm like, all my kids' stuff is going to be gone because there's no way. I got 6 days to bring all them videos on my new page. So we're going to be watching a lot of old Nature Boy, a lot of old this, a lot of old that. It's going to be nothing new because I have to save them videos. And then I don't never mind starting all over again. I don't never mind. Life experience is the best statistic. That's what I'm trying to tell you, James. Yeah. And here go James. Yo, Q Butter sound like he from Brooklyn. I'm like, yo, Brooklyn, no, Brooklyn. I don't care where we go. I don't care where. But tell me that guy Sean did not. I know that guy Sean.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Familiar. He did.
And you about the only one that I'll let slide off. I ain't gonna hit you with my venom tongue. The only one I let slide and stuff. I'm 39 and I'm still learning. And when I get 50, I will be learning even from the younger new school. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell Ellie. And he doesn't understand how much he brings to the table because he does follow statistics, which means he does read. He does read and he does do stuff. I mean, he may not want to do that, but I'm just talking about in life, period. I just want him to know he's fucking great.
I don't look. I'm not gonna lie to look. Watch this, everybody. I don't think I will ever get into like the dating philosophies and everything that deep. But for me, I think I just want to focus more so on the mind and how people just work out their relationships with people. That's more important.
Whatever you do, I think that you are great already.
Thank
Just
you.
keep learning, you know, and I didn't scare you off.
Oh no.
But I think that you are great. I just and you got nothing to do but get better.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you got nothing else to do but get better. You're 27. Damn. You just gonna get better and better and better. And then, like I said, you gotta do certain things. That's Saggy in you. And
My
happy
body saying
happy
it earlier.
oh,
Though.
I didn't sing my happy birthday song to you. Everybody gets it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear alien blood. Yes. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Yay!
Thank you.
Everybody put some happy birthdays up there.
Thank you.
All right, Brown Girl Bella, I won't be back on action till Friday night, Saturday morning, because I will be doing my shopping all Friday, and I will be going here in a little bit. So I'm just going to try to put 2 videos on my new channel, try to put 2 videos on there just to give a start, because then I'm going to have 5 days to try to save as many videos as I can. And you know what happened? They're going to keep my money.
Wow.
Which I did not make off Kevin Samuels. Once they take your pay, your money's gone. Brooklyn, Brown, Brooklyn, Bella. That's not all. I don't know why Brooklyn people find my channel. It's just I don't know. But majority of everybody in this chat comes from Brooklyn.
That's funny.
That's crazy. Brown Girl Bella come from Brooklyn. James come from Brooklyn. Ms. Rod come from Brooklyn. A couple other people come right out of Brooklyn. And I'm like, yo, Brooklyn in the house without a doubt. So we must got some strong blood. But they have Taz. You heard of Taz?
No, I never heard of Taz.
Taz is gonna be on there. But like I said, I like people for their achievements. But you can stay on, and if you think somebody's lying, say they lying. But I'm gonna get back into this because I'm only talking to 11:40, because then that's when I get to start. Because they give you gotta wait a whole day before you can go live. So did you click onto my link yesterday?
Who, me?
Yeah, my new page.
No, I didn't.
All right, I left. I'm gonna have to wait till Ms. Rye get up. I have to send you a picture of my daughter. You're gonna be in love, right? You're gonna be in love.
I'm gonna have to come back to New York.
No, take her. I'm trying to get you. Take her ass away from me. Take her ass right to Florida. Take her ass to Florida. What are you talking? I was trying to work up a deal. You come fucking it up. But she come with a grandson. She come with a son.
Okay.
But that boy he was only born 1 pound. And do you know that boy, he's still small for his age, but he's going to catch up. Do you know that boy can draw anything in 1st grade? He can draw anything. He's a prodigy kid.
It's always those ones that
and he was only born at 6 months.
There's always those kids that you think is less fortunate.
Yeah. For him to be born 6 months and 1 pound, 1 pound, 5 ounces, he's a prodigy kid. So he's gonna you could be like Shaquille O'Neal's stepfather and get all the benefits. Because he's definitely a prodigy child. Now I don't care what you do with my daughter, ain't none of my business. But you mess with the grandson, I have to come cut you.
All right.
That's only because he my hand, and you know I'm small, and my hand was bigger than him.
Mm.
Yeah, 1 pound is like you ever put a steak, a 1 pound steak in your hand?
Yeah, it's really. I know 1 pound is like literally nothing.
Yeah. So after that, I have to cut anybody. But he's a prodigy, so he gonna be rich. Now I'm just joking with you, but that's we're gonna get back to that.
I want to hit. No, I want to hear what because Q Butter and I think Rich about to go at it. That's what I wanted to hear.
I want to hear him, and when Taz come in, I'm just playing the whole thing. But I only came in with the panel because he started this shit last night, and they still up.
Say now.
Oh, go ahead, man.
Your
Go ahead.
analogy.
I'm just messing.
Who's rich?
But at any rate,
Oh, Bleezy.
Okay, who is that?
Oh no, I don't know. He was just saying something, and Q Butter was trying to check him, and I was trying to see where it was going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You want to repeat your analogy because that triggered my analogy.
No, if you got it, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to. I don't. It's just a matter of making sure you understand. That's only. I use analogy to colorize the point.
Okay, so my question to you is this: would you agree that women have the children more than than the men have them?
Again, I would employ you to think 3 times before you state your statement.
Okay, so I'm just asking you. We're just
No,
talking.
I want you to again. If you repeat your statement without thinking about it, you're going to understand why I'm saying that on the 3rd time you say it. Say it exactly. Say it again.
Would you agree that the women have the children more than the men have the children?
Again, if you repeat it the 3rd time, if you repeat it the 3rd time without recognizing the fallacy in your statement, you're proving the point of us needing.
We was just talking about this like 30 minutes ago.
I really don't understand what it is that you're saying because I'm thinking that I'm
back in the day it was even. Right now it's not.
Men don't have babies. Men don't have babies.
No. I said in terms of time, in terms of having the children, in terms of time, meaning this: both the mother and the father. Do the women who have the children more often, the mothers or the fathers?
You're saying who has custody more? Who has custody?
Who has possession of the children more often, the mothers or the fathers?
All right, there we go. Thank you. So that's the communication part. Now I got it. Right. So I couldn't. Now my understanding was flawed. So who has the children in possession more of the time, depending on the parent?
Right, but I'm asking you this: who would you assume? Who would we all?
We live in America, and so in America, let me ask you this: do you know what a trade line is? You know what an authorized user? Do you know what an authorized user is?
Yes.
Do you know the history of the authorized user?
Yeah, so I'm in that background.
I don't. Explain it to me.
That's my
I don't either. Explain it.
The reason why it relates to it, because in America, it's historically known that men worked, women stayed home. So the purpose of the authorized user was created because women wanted to develop their credit profile because they felt that credit was only isolated to white men. So they created the authorized user so as men can add their spouses onto their credit because it's historically known that women stay home and men work, and women are with the children more than men.
Well, let me ask
and
you
that narrative is still playing out now, even though society doesn't mirror that.
There's a lot of old narratives playing out now.
No, society largely mirrors that. In today's society, the women take care of children more.
Q Butter, I got a question for you and for everybody on the panel.
Now, we may put communities where it's balanced. However, even in that balance, I don't see the need to highlight the imbalance if men are doing their job. I'm doing my job. The kids are at home with the moms. Like, what's the problem?
Okay, so here's what the problem is that because the children are in. See, the reason why we have to say possession and don't say custody is because custody is not all around the country. But at least everyone can kind of understand possession of the children who have more access to the children. And the fact is that it's the women. Now, what most people don't know is that because the women have more access to the children, there is something called psychological and emotional welfare, or psychological and emotional well-being. See, the outcomes that the children are having. Hold on a second, bro. The outcomes that the children are having, the children are emotionally, they're everywhere, they're all over the map,
Facts.
right? And what's happening is that no one is actually really taking responsibility for how our children are responding to life.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. That's again a blanket. I would both my parents was in the home. Like they're still married. So I don't understand what you're saying. When my father
You're
was
not the
working, my
average
mother was with
nigga
me.
though.
When my
You're not
mother
the
was working
average
away,
nigga.
my father was cooking. I saw a balance. I saw my mother was tired. My father
You
would work
saw
harder.
that, but are
My
you the
father
average?
walked in the snow. My mother mended him. Like it's a balance in a relationship. Like
Oh
there's
my
But
no,
it
god.
sounds like you
you don't even
personalize it.
in a healthy relationship. Nobody even says more. In the early parts of family relationships, they may argue, I do more or less. But when you have a healthy relationship, you respect what each other does.
Hmm.
Like
And when
I
you
don't
respect
really.
what each other does, it's almost
What I'm
automatic that you
getting at
think
is
the other
something.
partner does more
Yeah,
because you're
I
loving
don't
them.
really understand like that. That's like even with like people don't like this like alimony. Like, look, bro, a woman had a baby pushed out of her vagina, bro. Like, I love kids. Like, I believe in alimony. Like, end of the day, you know what I mean? Say certain things that I just like. That's a physical phenomenon. That's like crazy. Like, what
So
happened for my son to come out? I owe her for life. Like,
right.
you know what
So
I
the
mean? Like,
man, I'm
Children,
curious. I'm curious.
but
The man. I'm curious about just your marriage. Just I'm curious of which categories does your wife fit into?
what do you
70% of domestic violence, her being the aggressor. She buys too much weave, makeup, aesthetics. What else did you throw on black women?
You know what?
You see what I'm saying?
I was just remarking to my wife the other night. I'm like, yo, you don't really fall into these things. Like,
Of course not. Of course, she's the anomaly. Go figure.
listen,
Go figure.
because
That's
No,
the
You
only
y'all
got
ones
gotta
to
let
that's
me
really
admit
ask
it.
you
getting
a
chose
question.
though.
And you know what? I've
That's the
been
only
trying to
ones
ask
that's
this
getting
question
chose.
for a while. Okay, y'all doing a lot of talking. Can
No,
I ask?
they stupid. Elliot
Nowadays,
Blood. Don't forget you can cut in at any time so I can pause it.
no,
That was
B,
funny.
B Cole was making a joke out of it, but like your parents say, it's some truth to every joke. That is a fact. Those are the only women that's really getting chosen nowadays. Well, out the black community, the anomalies.
I don't
Like
know.
back in the day, all women, all black women, no matter how light, tall, fat, small, blind, crippled, handicapped, whatever, you was all getting chose. Now it's literally like B Cole laughed it off and said the anomalies because they really are. That's what it is.
No, a lot of women is getting chosen, but people.
No,
No, let me finish.
sugar. It's 25% of black women. One,
Remember, I got my own statistics. What I'm saying is, it all depends on where you are in life. If you're in a lower total pole, total pole, then that's what you're gonna get. So you're gonna always get a man because both of y'all in a lower totem pole. So it's always a man. It's always a man available for wherever you are in life. So
no, sugar.
the women that they're talking about is they're not going to get because them women are nowhere near where they at anyway. They want to be
We
stuck
talking
in the
about
PJs. Uh huh.
no sugar. Hold on. He no. Be cold in the man. They talking about marriage. The man he's married.
I'm talking about marriage too. What I'm saying is there's a lot of women getting married too. It all depends on what class you are in because there are somebody for everybody. So if this
Not
marriage is for
nowadays,
so
man.
it is because you got a crackhead married, they marry into another crackhead. If you got somebody that's only stays in their community, they're gonna find somebody only in their community. So if you got high value people, they're gonna choose high value people. That's just how life is. Nobody and then
No, sugar. There's a lot of rich men that marry poor women.
that is true. That
Yeah.
is true.
Come on.
That is
But,
true.
but
A lot of men, a lot of them have. Oh, I met her at she was a bartender. She was this. But what I'm just saying in general, it's
yeah.
somebody for everybody. You just can't knock somebody off because they don't fit you. They could fit somebody else. That's like I might not fit people because I devote a lot of time, but I got a lot of men who like that too.
Right.
I got a lot of men that, you know what, I might as well join her. Let me join her. And then it become a couple thing. Or if he do his thing, I have gotten more men just being regular and doing what I'm doing than me sit, because like me being, for some reason, I don't know if it's the people like, I don't even speak for what I know. I don't know if people like Brooklyn that much that they don't expect for Brooklyn women to be feminine, but they like that Brooklyn in us. I can't explain it.
No, I could explain it.
Because when you really fit, it's something about that one borough against the rest of the world. Because when I'm feminine, and Lord knows I was beyond feminine in my days, but when I got that as what they call that Brooklyn type of walk, and then they hear the way I talk, yo, I get men like crazy. They're like, yo, we love that Brooklyn, yo, we love that Brooklyn. That's why my alter ego is Brooklyn, because I'm. And then so once I turn into Brooklyn, I can't peel them off of me. But when I'm feminine and nice, it's like nobody. But once I turn Brooklyn on, shit. And I'm talking about men with money, but in all types of men. I ain't talking about gangster men. I'm talking about good old men. And then they see what I see. You gotta remember, I back that up with what I do, so they know I'm not a hood rat. They see the work that I put in. They see the work that I do. They be like, "Damn, baby, I like." But like I said, I don't know if it's a Brooklyn thing or not. But it's just something about that borough that people are attracted to. So I just get attracted, just like what 50 Cent said, and she loved me because I'm from New York. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to, even you being in Florida, you're going to get more people than the regular Floridans, because the first thing you're going to say is, I'm from Brooklyn. People see you different now. Right or wrong?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Hell yeah, easily.
Okay, hold on, let me let this.
On the depths of.
Next question, please. Q Butter. Q Butter.
We giving you the floor.
I fuck with B Cole for that one. That was a
Q Butter. Can I ask a question?
I'm sorry. I had to get the water. That was a smooth one. The man.
You said you needed some water for that one?
Yeah, I had to get some water for that one, because I'm like, all right, so which one is he? Does she say
y'all haven't seen the list yet. Okay.
The list of what? Hair products?
No, we're not going to talk. No, we're not going to talk about it on the show. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get a solid email from you. I'm going to send you the list, right? And then we're going to talk about it before, you can decide if you want to talk about it on your show, right?
But
you haven't seen the list.
Okay, hey,
it's the list that I came up with.
Motherfucker.
And it's fun.
Let me ask
it's
my
fun.
question.
It's a fun list.
Okay, now check this out. Q Butter, you and the man and B Code. Let me ask you, in your male's frame of mind, I just want to get you guys' opinion on this. In your male frame of mind, as a man, would you have, if you could have a baby, say, we know you can't, but would you have a baby by ain't shit motherfucker? I'm talking about women having babies by ain't shit motherfuckers. Would you have a baby by an ain't shit motherfucker if you think he's not going to be there, this or that, or she's, let's say if you can get pregnant by a woman, would you have her baby if she ain't shit, or you think she wouldn't be there? I'm talking about in your male's frame of mind. So it's a big difference between how women think and men think. I'm just telling you, as men, would you do the same thing that women does? Because women make fucked up decisions.
All right. Let me answer that.
Hold on. Before you go there, so again, Rich Bleezy, I know it's late, we vibing, but the blankets that we got our speech, because when you say women make fucked up decisions, what do you think the female going to do? She gonna come back and be like, no, y'all motherfuckers be making fucked up decisions.
Exactly.
We make fucked up decisions. Now, when we're focusing on we're focusing on us, yes, black men, and the decisions we make. So
I can easily explain that away.
So now, yes, I know a lot of dudes who have not made the best decisions with their dick and got some shit. They got themselves in some shit.
Facts.
So that means the woman that they would got into some shit with, she made a fucked up decision as well.
One of my best friends from high school fell in love with a white girl, and this fat white bitch ruined him, bro. To this day, she ruined that.
You're not
that
listening
fat white
to
bitch
me.
ruined my, and I totally that bitch.
You're not listening
She
to me.
ruined him. So no, bro, that's not even funny.
That woman made the same fucked up mistake.
I'm laughing at the way that you shaking your head,
Yo,
bro.
it's
You
yo,
just
bro.
to the side, like, oh, I know. Remember that.
When we're young, we both, that woman wanted the sex just as bad as we wanted the sex, but she chose to keep a baby, and we said we didn't want no baby. We were just lusting. We just want the pop.
Let me ask you something real quick, brother. Have you had that situation with a woman?
No.
So let me tell you. Let me tell you this. I lived that situation, and I raised my sons to be very intelligent.
And she taught you to blame yourself, huh?
No, I take accountability. No, I take accountability.
Accountability. What about her accountability? You didn't.
Hold on. Taking accountability. Let me explain this.
Going on without
brother, let me explain this to you. Let's slow down. This where we have to understand what we're really saying, and I had to come to terms with what I was asking for. My first son's murder.
Okay.
Now, that's literally what I wanted to ask for. Now, if that would have went through, and I'd have been like, yo, abortion and this and that, my first son, my greatest thing, life.
Okay.
This is what you have to understand a woman is intuitively connected to. So when we're asking
about no,
I just want you to understand when you're saying that we want them to. I know before, but what's your question? I just want you to understand.
A quick question. Did you want the kids that you had? Did you want them?
Yes. At the time
you had sex with a woman, having fun, jolly good time, and you wanted the kids by this woman that you were having a jolly good time with.
So I answer this in I'll answer it three different ways. Yes, and yes.
No,
it's let me chime in.
Okay, that's not always the case.
It's real deep.
So the reason why I'm going to say yes, right? First and foremost,
it's not just
and what
I meet a woman
and first and foremost, the first time I saw her, I said I will get you pregnant right now.
Deep thing.
Okay, she was fine.
Right? Then hold on. Let me go forward from there. I never checked her car insurance. So that's going back to the analogy, right? If I really wanted to care about my life before the car accident, I would have checked the car insurance, or I would have never gotten in the car. So this is why I don't question my job as a father in my child's life. Now, when we discuss responsibility and the depths of responsibilities, oftentimes I meet brothers who are scared of the responsibility because of the assumed depths associated to it. It's not that difficult. Now,
okay, no, I'm gonna simplify this. Most chicks I had sex with, I did not want to have children with at all.
That's something that
I did have. The only woman who has my children, because I'm lucky, I'm a good-looking motherfucker. The only woman I had children with is the woman I married, but I was lucky. But most men have sex with women and they don't want fucking kids by them. And
okay, so let me, so Rich, let me chime in here.
There's no denying that.
Rich,
well, if you don't want to have a baby with her, I'm gonna say you need to be really smart. Right, so like I wouldn't have sex with a woman who I could envision. Like, you gotta be smart with your life.
You can't say
man and woman, straight like that. So
bottom line for the brother. Hold on, Rich. Bottom line for the brother.
Hold on, let me just make this clear. Let me make this clear. So hold on, let me make this clear for you.
think
Men,
come on,
we need to understand sex practices, birth control, the effects of birth control, the effects of sex, and the repercussions of having sex. Most men do not know that. Most men.
Wait a second. No, that's bullshit.
No,
that's bullshit.
I got
all right.
Yeah, you can't say most men don't know that. Yeah, that sounds crazy. That's like saying most women don't know that they can get a birth, get on birth control. That sounds dumb. What? Most men don't know that. Come on, you can't say it. I can't even repeat it. That's how.
No, a lot of men do not know.
No, that's false. No, niggas not
from
that
my statistics and from my that I gather,
men are not that dumb.
Some of them are. A lot of them are that dumb because they're not thinking right. Because, like I said, because see, why? Let me tell you why. Because as a mother, you got to treat your son about these trap off bitches, right? So when I teach about these trap off bitches, it's a way they do it. I ain't gonna get all into that, but it's a way they do it to trap your brothers off. So at that point, your mind is on, oh shit, I can't wait to release this. Whew. Right? And I also tell men, any woman you sleep with, that's potentially your baby mother. So you better do everything that you can to make sure, no, at no point in time are you to bust. I don't even care if it's a condom. There is no point in time that you should bust in a female. That'll eliminate a lot of games.
Sugar. That right there, no. I'm ending that whole conversation. You sound so. If I let a group of men hear you talk right now, you sound so crazy because first of all, as a man, we know from day 1, 13, 14, 15, however, any man in the comment, you already know that. We know we supposed to wear a condom.
But do they?
We take it upon ourselves. I done it because
That's what he's saying. A lot of men don't. They know these things, but
we don't care about condoms.
A lot of them don't. Yeah, but a lot of them don't. They don't know about how these bitches trap off men. That's why y'all always getting trapped off.
Tuffy, listen. It's not about having a good parent. Men, that's what I'm trying to break down.
A lot of men don't know. From my
statistics. We do know.
No, say from your statistics.
It's more so we don't care. Men know, but they don't care because we know we supposed to have a condom from day 1. We know that. We don't care. We don't care. I didn't have numerous abortions. I don't care.
Oh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
I don't want to hear that.
It's the same thing with the women. We just all trying to have fun. We don't care.
Okay.
You feel me? It's really
I ain't arguing with you.
We know.
I ain't arguing with you.
I know I'm supposed to have a condom. I know that. And
you said we don't care. Like, we don't care.
Yo, sugar. Okay. I wish you had 6 other niggas in the chat. We just don't care. We know that. We don't care. Sugar. If a man listen,
the way you said it the first couple of times, I'm done. I'm
sugar. If a man really in love with you, he gonna do it all for you.
Oh,
he don't care.
No, you said we don't care. I can see your hands going up in the air. We don't care.
That ass though, like no man care about no condom, especially a woman he loves. He don't care.
All right, condom. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you.
That's a joke.
All right, I know say nothing. I let it play.
The condom.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Bottom line, when you have your first wet dream, you automatically know that busting a nut and having sex. Hold on, Rich. Because
hold on, brothers. Hold on, real quick, brothers. Busting your first nut, brothers. We have to be mature. Busting your first nut will not tell you what Depro is.
No, but you know.
Understand what I just said. Busting your first nut will not tell you what Depro is.
1 second.
It won't.
So what you
right?
telling me?
But what you know is instinctively is that this is for having children.
Okay,
and
hold
you
it.
know that having sex is gonna
Nah,
lead to
they
having
so hype
children.
right now.
Period. Bottom
You
line.
can go on, Q Butter. So what you're telling me is that men are more responsible than women. Is that
No,
what
You're responsible. Wait a second. Wait a second, Q, because
I'm
this is what
saying
I'm
that
trying to get at, bro.
both people are responsible when having sex. It's just that
No, he is. You are responsible for your nut. You acting
What
like
about the
having
woman?
you acting like when you have you acting
I
like when
actually
men
agree
have
with the man on this one.
you
I agree with the man
you're
on this
acting like when you have sex that you know that a baby can't come.
No,
You
no, brother.
know for certain
Hold
that
on, you
it's a high probability that
hello,
you
brother.
can have a baby when you have sex.
Literally, I said it's both parties. If you
They
have sex,
always
I
say
don't.
women are
Hello,
more
Rich. Hold
mature
on,
than
y'all.
men.
Hello.
So
Hello,
who's more
Rich.
responsible?
Hello. I don't want to mute nobody. The analogy of getting in the car means that if you get in a car, you are taking responsibility for your life unless you check the insurance. Checking the insurance means you're taking the action of doing the due diligence with that act of getting in the car. The car represents sex. Now, if you're going to have sex with someone, it's your job to do the due diligence in making sure that you either protect yourself or you check your research on the person you're dealing with, or you make sure you don't even get in the car if you're that worried about the effects or what.
But none of them. But insurance don't guarantee that a baby ain't gonna come.
Hold on, brother. What's the last thing I just said? Did you hear the last thing I just said?
No. So this is so.
No, hold on,
I'm putting
no,
it
brother.
for
You
Rich
hold on.
because he don't get the
Hold
analogy.
on, listening skills. I said if you're that worried about what can happen, don't get in the car.
But see, the whole point is that he's not
What
concerned
about
about
the
it
woman
because
not
he's just
letting you in
concerned
the
about
car?
fucking.
If you cannot be only concerned
that's
about
true,
fucking.
man.
You can't. This is
And that's his
2021.
only concern. And no amount of contraceptive is 100%.
And
So
this
the
is
bottom-
why,
so the
if you're
bottom line
worried,
is-
and this is why I said you should be abstinent. Not getting in the car is
But
equivalent
they're
to
not
being
worried.
abstinent.
That's the whole point. They're
Yeah,
not
there is no
worried.
worry.
They putting the onus on the female.
Who?
And the men.
What I'm saying, don't have sex.
Rich primarily in this conversation.
King, hold on.
Right, Rich primarily in this
I'm
conversation.
lost between the two conversations.
No,
I'm
giving
talking
on
about
both sides. Both sides. We got two
No,
irresponsible
you're
people
responsible for your
having
nuts.
sex.
I
Oh,
put the
you're talking to
responsibility
Rich.
on the man.
Oh,
If you
yeah,
nut
all right.
inside of a female, you are responsible for that.
All right, so you're
You
talking
know
to
when
Rich.
you
My
coming.
bad.
Yeah.
You
All right,
know
my
when that
bad.
nut is shooting out your penis. You're responsible for it.
Okay, we're all right. Thank you. So we're all talking to Rich. My bad.
And don't sit up here and don't act like that you don't feel that shit coming out of your nut. Man,
All
don't
right.
feel like, hey, man.
The onus primarily
The
is
onus
on the man.
is on you.
If there is a possibility that she can get pregnant because you guys both decided it's okay to not use protection, at the end of the day, the onus is on the man because you control, like what the man is actually talking about. You control the outcome at the end.
I'm gonna say the onus. Hold on, y'all. The onus is on both people. Women.
Thank you.
Both people. Women. I'm gonna say to my
You're right.
sisters. Well, I'm gonna say to the sisters, you gotta push that baby out.
Yep.
Your body is going to experience some shit. So you be more mindful with your vagina because that man could leave and you'll be sitting there with a big ass belly, body hormones all over the place,
and a fake name.
You see what I'm saying?
First of all, because the mindset about the brothers need to change. And here's what the mindset needs to say. If I go have sex with that woman, do I want to have a baby? Period, point blank.
Exactly.
And if the answer is no, then just like what Q Butter was saying, don't get in the car.
Facts.
But the fact
now, that's all that I was saying before he said. No. See, sometimes I leave y'all in charge. That's why y'all co-host. Sometimes I'm not sitting down.
Oh, okay.
I'm up doing something. That's why I always call you guys my co-host, and I go, "Don't leave." So you're controlling the chat. If you say something to me and I don't answer, that means I'm not sitting in this spot.
Oh, okay.
So I'm sorry if you hear me, that means okay, I'll wait till she get back. I don't purposely ignore people. That's all I was saying. Me and him said the same exact thing. Oh, this damn dog. He make the stinkest poo poo. But yeah, that's all I was saying. That's a potential. He was just saying the same thing. He was saying the same thing we both were saying actually. So he spoke for both of us, Alien Blood.
Yeah, he definitely did. He did.
He
But
said we
but let me
know.
let me respond to James King real quick.
I didn't hear what he's. Oh, to James. That's our guy. Oh, okay.
So real quick, James King. I'm James King. I definitely understand what you're saying, and I definitely respect it. I understand that the experience of the hood means a lot, but actuality and reality is two different things. And the hood is a program.
I'm
That's
leaving again,
reality.
so hold it down.
The hood is a program. That's reality. That's not actuality. So, in all actuality, life is real deeper than just having hood experience. But go ahead, you can play now. You know what? Everybody need to go see that new Matrix movie that's coming out too. I'm gonna go see that. That new Matrix movie. Wait, hold on. Both people are responsible for their own actions. If I have my own both control, yeah, no condom lords and everything. Mm, I can respect that. That's right. But how many men that you really like that you really trying to use a condom with? Like that's a real question. Wait, if the God frequency is tested, uh, 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 not necessarily. You can't say that James King because a lot of his morals, in a sense, do come from the Bible. Like a lot of ways, a lot of his patterns do come from the Bible. I understand where you're trying to go, but we wouldn't. I ain't gonna lie. He used a lot of stuff from the Bible. And me personally, I don't even like the Bible or agree with the Bible personally. But I understand a lot of the Bible ways and a lot of its traditions, its habits can help you through life. Just like in the Muslim religion, if you use a lot of the traditions of the Muslim religion, you could be a healthy person. Period. Same thing as probably being a Catholic. Same thing as probably being a Buddhist. You could be probably a very healthy person, but it's just traditions. That's all. Habits. I've been married for 22 years, so I have no answer for that. I mean, being married is a wonderful thing. It really is. I just wish that we could, as black people, get back to the levels that we was married 20, 30 years ago. That's all. Marriage is a beautiful thing. I just feel like it's a whole total different world. That's it. It's just different. But marriage is a wonderful thing. James King, matter of fact, you know what you need to look up? You need to look up um, the whole flat earth theory. That will change your mind and your perception about a lot of things. Because life is not so clear, point blank, period, that simple. So you should look up the matter of fact, and I'll give you a few names that you could actually look into if you really want to look into it. Because perception is key. It really is. Movies are literally the depiction of actuality. Like I told you, reality and actuality is two different things. There are two different sides of the street. You cannot paint that picture to be the same thing. It's two different streets, two different corners. So, point blank, period, movies are literally the depiction of actuality. People live reality as if it is actuality. But in all actuality is actually what's happening. Mm, depends. I mean, Simpsons reveal a lot. If you can go on there, I mean, if you want to do that, James, I mean, it all depends on the actuality of the conversation. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. How many times you didn't heard that, Mr. King? That they're predicting things on The Simpsons. That's a cartoon. I've never watched The Simpsons. I never will, but I know it could tell me some truth. I never will watch The Simpsons, but I know I can find out a few things on
That's
there.
my attitude too. That wasn't my attitude before, but it's
I'll never watch The Simpsons, but I know it could tell me more truth than uh uh watching politics or
mm-hmm.
watching NBC at 4.
Yep. I, I agree. I agree. He's 100%
No,
right.
Mr. King, I definitely agree that life experience, seeing
He's
all
right.
points mean a lot. But some people focus in on that experience too much, Mr. King. You understand? And
What more can you do?
that just may
You
corrupt
tell
your
her her man is welcome, your man is welcome. You want to sneaking out the house?
mind, Mr. King. That's just like if you go to the strip club too much. You don't think that may corrupt your mind? No matter how much money you got. I don't care if you had 39 billion. You go to the strip club every Friday and Saturday? Really? Okay. I'm so happy though that Tuffy, if I'm saying her name right, Tuffy, I'm so happy though that she's in a 22-year relationship. I mean, a marriage. That is really a blessing. I'd be so happy to see people married because I see so many divorces and so many people just separate. I just be like, what in the world? Because me, I could have been married. I just feel like me personally, I'm on a whole different other mission. But the point is that when I do get married, because I do want to get married, I'll be a happy man. Like I won't have no regrets. I want to get married. It's no problem. Not a problem in sight. And everything is all right. I got from Emmy, and she said, "Oh no." But going back to what I was saying, Mr. King, that learning about that old flat Earth, you know, concept, it will change your whole view and perspective on life. Like literally, if you found out the world wasn't what you thought it was, it will change your whole perception on life. So I think that's very important. For me, that's what I tell all people. Like any person that wants to look into conspiracies or any place you want to start, that's where you need to start. You start at flat Earth. Literally, spend 12 days. I understand meditation, and I definitely highly recommend it and highly respect it. But I'm talking about a different level of consciousness and just really naturally information, knowledge. It's very important to be informed. Spiritual awareness is probably more important though. It just may be. I'm not gonna lie, it just may be. But knowledge and information is very important. So that would be, if you had to take away one, because to me, I hate kind of comparing, but if you had to take away one, ooh, it probably might be the spiritual, because the knowledge and the information, I feel like, in a sense, may succeed long term the spirituality of a situation. Because now I don't see, that's why I don't want to compare and go too deep. But I know information, matter of fact, information and knowledge is two different things. That's first off. Just like education, that's a total different thing. Education is totally different from knowledge or information. So that would be very interesting if you had to take spirituality out of something, and you just have knowledge and information, or you take, like, what would you take out? Like, that would be crazy. That need to be a conversation. That would be crazy. Meditation is a beautiful thing though. Wow, that would be interesting. Wow. But flat earth for me, I think is definitely a great start. It's an eye opener, because I think it also makes you look at not just the world, yourself. Because if you did find out all these things was this place where you live is fake, and gravity is fake, and water is not what you think it is, and the rocks are not what you think they are. For me, I feel like you would have to look at yourself. At that point, for you not to look at yourself would be a waste of time and a waste of research. It's the waste of your life. For you to figure out that the place you live in, everything around you, is not real. Mm. That's a little interesting part. I don't think I really heard that part before. From a conscious, I mean, what kind of perspective, how would that look? Can you kind of explain that a little bit? I don't see where you're kind of going. Would it be a bubble, or like, we don't need knowledge? I don't know. King, I don't know about that. I do agree with everything else you said, King. I'm so happy you said everything that you said in that last chat. I do agree with everything. Everything is frequency, tone, and vibration, and we definitely need extra work. I definitely agree with that. But to say we don't need knowledge, King, that's what we're made of. Hold on, let me just read you the definition of knowledge real quick. And we could go to any dictionary you want to, but I'm gonna just go to pretty much I think Webster's. Facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience or education. The theoretical or practical understanding of a subject. The second one is awareness or familiarity. This is a tongue twister. Familiarity. Familiarity. Gained by experience or a fact or situation. Come on. I understand. Look, I understand what you're saying, King. And look, like I said, I do agree with you. But you said, come on. Magnetic. I don't know. I wouldn't even say no. I disagree with that. No. Gravity is not magnetic. You can't say that. Because if gravity was magnetic, a lot of things wouldn't be able to be in the sky. A lot of things would be able to float like how it floated. Wait. Gravity is magnetic? Energy. Yes, I do agree that we are a battery. I do agree to that. You already know it. I do agree that you are here to charge or get some kind of energy. I do agree. Yes, I do agree to that. Is consciousness everything? Hold on, let me see.
All right, I'm back. I'm gonna start the thing back.
You good? Go ahead.
All right, baby.
The matter is this: you just thinking about fucking. And that's the reason why we got all these goddamn kids running around here with no goddamn daddies who didn't want the kids in the first place.
Well, when
you're responsible, you're accountable, and the reason why we got a lot of delusional ass women around here is because we got a lot of delusional ass men around here talking about, well, she had the baby and I really didn't want one. Well, then why you fuck her?
I gotta agree with you, bro.
No, so the man.
And she didn't want one, and she had it anyway.
No, if you didn't want the goddamn baby because it was in your control, it was in your power.
No, it's not. It's the woman.
It is. It's your dick.
Women don't have baby by ugly niggas.
It's your penis. It's your penis.
Shut up, Rich. He's stupid. Hold on.
I think Rich is trolling.
He's trolling right now, so he's trolling.
No, I'm actually not trolling. A woman will not have a baby by an ugly nigga. She'll find the cutest nigga to have that baby by.
If he didn't want to have the baby, then it's his penis. And he's responsible for the nut that comes out of his penis.
Right. I'm saying, so you're saying she's forcing him to finish in her like that? She's forcing him to do it.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way, bro. That's the only way I can see it. If somehow she overpowers him and forces him to do that.
I had girls when I was a teenager. I had girls throwing that pussy at me. They were,
and it's still your choice. It's still your choice at the end of the day.
Oh, so I'm supposed to say no, and
you're responsible for your penis.
She's saying yes, and I'm supposed to say no.
Who's responsible for your penis?
You don't have to. You don't have to finish in her, bro. You don't have to finish in her, bro. Who's responsible for
your penis?
Yo, Rich, shut up, Rich. Yo, Rich is stupid. He says, yo, Rich, man. Yo, shut up, Rich. Yo, shut up, son.
Yo, if brothers be acting like, look, he's not the only one.
You know what, Rich?
Hey, bro, I have a cousin who has 8 kids, and he thinks the exact same way.
Yo,
he
Rich,
thinks the exact same way. Like, he thinks like this. Well, I gave her the nut so she could do whatever it is she want to do with it.
You know what?
I gave it to her.
You know what I say to scare the sisters, brothers? Tell your sons they have to take care of their kids. I don't know about anybody else that kept me. Like that, my father strictly said, "We will not help you with your children. You have a baby. You and your child is out of here. You got to take care of them." That made me look at every piece of pussy like completely different as a child. I'm talking about from like I remember that shit from young. Like, look, Q, you bring a baby in here, that you and that baby out of here. Figure that out. We ain't, and that just kept me on. Like, I ain't had my kids until I was 29.
You should take care of your kids. That's your
No, I'm just saying, scared. Like I was nervous with females. Like, I gotta tread lightly, because if you get pregnant, and he will point out all the dudes who had children with women, is like, look, that's their fault. That's your biology. Your greatest gift to the world is your biology.
Yes.
So
but us brothers, what we need to stop doing, us brothers, what we need to stop doing is putting the onus on women. If you don't want the goddamn baby, stop putting the onus on the sisters to get abortions. Stop doing that.
You can't do that, man. You can't do
that.
Because
it's traumatic to women.
Yeah, man. The psychological effects of that is crazy.
Psychologically.
Yo, the man. I gotta fuck with you, the man. Yo, nah, I ain't gonna fuck with you. I ain't gonna say that. Okay, you good, man.
Yo, can I share something? Let me share a personal experience. Let me share a personal experience real quick. You know, a lot that happens in society deals with programming, right? So most of the times, how people act, how people how people think, how people express themselves, and things like that deals with a lot of programming, whether it's from their family or whether it's from the media, school systems, whatever. It deals with programming. Now, one thing that my mom did, and I thank her to this day for doing this. Now, of course, growing up, I didn't know what she was doing, but she started working on my mental at a very, very young age. I think I was like 6. And she would always say this expression, even once I reached young adulthood, she would always say,
right,
man, I know when you have kids, you better be careful, because whoever you have a kid with, she said, whoever you have a kid with, I know you're going to stay with that kid, and you're always going to stay with that woman. And she was psychologically building me up to make sure that I'm there for my family. From 6 on up, she's like, man, you better be careful, because I know whoever you have a kid with, you're gonna be really good to your kids, and you're gonna stay with that woman. And guess what? I got 1 wife, 4 kids. and every time I think about, like, yo, man, I'm sick of this shit, because you know I've been married for almost 20 years now. And, there's tons of ups and downs in marriages. You want to dip out, you want to do things like that. But every time I'd get to that point, guess whose voice is in my head? Because she programmed me. Man, you going to be with that woman. You going to take care of your kids. And I thank my mom for that. So, at the end of the day, as far as raising kids and getting our kids where they need to be, the onus is on us parents. I just want to throw that out there.
That's true enough. The onus is on the parents, because it takes both parents in order to raise solid children. Now, they may not all turn out that way, but that should be the primary goal for both of the parents. But if you don't want babies, right, be more responsible.
I can tell you like this. I have nothing but girls, and that's an issue. I gotta constantly instill in my kids, you ain't gonna have no motherfucking Ray and no Martavius baby. Straight up. I don't give a fuck. If your ass is pregnant, you going straight to the abortion clinic. Straight up.
Oh God.
Your ass gotta get married to have kids. I don't give a fuck. And no, I'm just telling you as a
y'all see why still we need to increase the investment.
And straight up, you know what?
Y'all see this shit?
My daughters how to make wise decisions, and they know who they're gonna have babies by. Most women know who they're gonna have babies by. Women know it right off the top. Women don't have babies. A lot of these girls. Now, there's some of them, there's a lot of exceptions, but a lot of girls know they want cute babies. They're going to have a baby by that fine motherfuckers. They know he going to leave them. He's just going to hit it a few times and leave their ass. So she going to want his baby. I know how these girls think. Obviously, you guys don't. But I know how these girls think. They want the finest motherfucker's baby. An ugly nigga, she ain't having his baby, straight up. What's your take on that?
So you're saying there's not an ugly man on the planet that has a baby by a black girl?
No,
you want to do these simplifications and generalizations.
That's not what he's saying.
Matter of fact, they probably had kids by their own brother. And
look, yo, bro, I'm gonna kill you right now, bro. Hold on. Look, bro. Biggie had a baby with Faith.
Yes.
Case closed.
And you know what? Faith seen something in him, and Faith said, "Fuck it, this nigga about to get some Skrilla. I'm finna have this nigga's baby." Faith wasn't stupid, so that's not a good. That's not a good assessment. That's not a good comparison. That's
Well,
Rich be moving the goalposts, don't he?
Yeah, that goalpost ain't even in the field.
Yeah,
no
it ain't even hooked to the field.
You done drove the highway.
Depends on what fine is to you guys.
I mean, but I understand what the brother's talking about, because you know they want to have fine babies. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, they will go out and they'll just do those things.
That's a percentage of women.
Yeah,
like,
it's
and who knows if it's a majority of the percentage.
All right, so how many? Hold on. We gonna act like we gonna act. So we gonna act like there was not a bunch of rich black dudes saying, "I got me a Spanish girl because I wanted my kid to have light hair or straight hair or shit like that." We're not gonna act like black dudes.
Right. Y'all can't say that ain't happening.
No, but what I get from him is that what I'm getting from that is that girls will have babies with guys for all different types of reasons, good, bad, ugly, whatever the case may be, by mistake, it don't matter. They'll still have babies for a myriad of different reasons. The fact of the matter is that the brothers, you are ultimately responsible. Listen, the babies is in your nutsack. That's what the babies are.
Well, just say this then. The man.
If you want the baby, if you're gonna have sex, then you want a baby. Put it and let that be in every brother's mind.
Just say this. You're coming short of saying
you want
that
a baby,
men are more
have
responsible
sex.
than women. That's all you're saying.
Because understand what it is, and I'm saying
make that decision. So men have to make that decision.
Oh my gosh!
No, that's not.
I think you're just throwing triggering comments out there just to get
men are more
check this out.
responsible than women. So we got to make that. We have to be more responsible than women when we stick our dick in them. That's all you're saying.
What men need to do. So
that's what.
Here's what I am saying.
But
here's
that is
what I am
true.
saying. A brother needs to make up in his mind.
Thank you.
Brothers,
no, I'm not agreeing with you. I'm saying that's true. We are more responsible because we are the ones that's doing that. I'm not agreeing with you. I don't want nobody to think that I'm agreeing with Rich, because I'm not. I'm not. I'm not, yo.
Listen,
we are more
need
responsible.
to make up in their mind. When I have sex, I want a baby. That's what brothers need to start saying to themselves. When I have sex, I want a baby.
That's a T-shirt right there, bro. That's a T-shirt. That's a printable right there, bro.
When I have sex, I want a baby.
Yo, the men, that's a quotable right there. You should put that on T-shirt. That's a fly T-shirt right there.
That sounds so stupid.
That's a fly T-shirt right there, bro. I will buy it. If not, I'm gonna do that one on a T-shirt. I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt. When I have sex, I want babies.
I want a baby.
I want a baby. Straight to the point.
That's what that means.
What you think about it, dog?
Oh my gosh, Rich.
Because the whole idea of sport fucking is over.
Nigga, you're
no, that's real.
Yeah, I can tell you I got a brother like that. Stick his dick in his bitch, he in love. You one of them type.
It ain't about being in love, bro. It's about being responsible. It's about making babies who is out here in the streets killing. Hey man, listen, see that, and that's part of the problem.
Rich is funny. Oh my gosh, dude.
And that's part of the problem, because a lot of guys is out here. A lot of guys, no, you fucking and don't want kids. Now, how insane is that?
I'm telling
That's
you,
not insane. You're talking about that.
And straight up. If the bitch get
hey, if you don't, say if you don't want kids, use your default girlfriends, Palmina and Fistina. Okay,
that don't work, man.
If you don't want any children, use the default.
At time to time, right? I go to the bathroom and get these hoes off my mind, but at any other rate, fuck that shit.
I can't do that. For some reason, I just cannot do that, man.
I got to feel flesh.
Rosewater got a point. Rosewater said Rich been drinking at 211. Rich on 211.
You better cue your ass back up. You laughing like a motherfucker, Q Butter. I know you are in the background laughing your ass off.
Rich on that 211, man. Straight up.
But some real shit though. So fellas though, because there is
vasectomies don't work.
Real quick though, like fellas, there's multiple ways in which you can protect yourself, and you and your partner can have great sex. Of course, you know about condoms. There's the morning after pill. There's the T-Rex. I don't recommend the T-Rex because and all of those little hormonal shits. So be mindful of that. Ladies, be mindful of that because of the fibroids and the ovarian systems that can develop from it. All these different things to know. The pull-out game don't work all the time. Know your woman's cycle. Know when she's menstruating. Know all these different things. And you should have this conversation very early on. Like, don't wait till after you have sex to have this conversation. Boom. All right, we like each other. You like red, you like blue. Word. What's your thoughts on what kind of stuff do you use for safe sex? Like, how do you, let's say you actually got pregnant, do you have this? Do you have, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I do for safe sex? This is what I do for safe sex.
Yo, shut up, son.
Yeah, well, hey, who is that? Is that Fistina? Is that Fistina?
I get these hoes off my mind.
Yeah, I did a whole PSA. Whatever, Tamika.
Right, yeah, he did do a PSA, right?
I had to do a whole PSA because I know I want to know because there's a lot of bro. My mom's got mad at me when I told her that I hate Planned Parenthood, but I learned about birth control from Planned Parenthood. I'm a whole white woman, and my mom's was like, I was like, I said, I love my sons, and just understand the challenges that I was presented with having my child not planned was because of my lack of knowledge because of my, first of all, because I was having unprotected sex, you know what I'm saying? But my I didn't understand what was going on, you know what I mean? And that's my own fault. And the place where I did learn about a little bit before that was literally from Planned Parenthood and a random professional development meeting for kids. Them teaching me how to, talk to kids about this stuff. And I'm sitting there like, wow, I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. What's the T shit? The thing, ladies, what's the T thing that y'all get put inside of y'all? And it's a little T thing and it keeps anything from going in the situation. What's that shit called again? It's mad unhealthy. It's a T thing.
Let me ask you this question. While
it starts with a D, I think. I can't remember.
I still have to tell you guys.
IUD, like that?
Yeah, the IUD.
Yeah. Right. Now, let me ask you a question. Y'all didn't have sex education in school?
I
did, but that junk didn't work, bro.
Damn.
I was too busy looking at the pictures they were showing me.
Hey, Cuba, let me know when I can holler at you. I gotta talk to you for a second.
Oh, so sex edit, I don't, depend on who I don't sex edit, even if they did sex edit, I don't think I would have paid attention. Like, what grade level? You know what I mean? Like, in 6th grade, I was not gonna, like, me pay attention to sex edit class. I was probably joking the whole time. Yep. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't, like, at 11 years old, because in high school, I wasn't going to no sex ed class. I'm cutting. I'm not going to sex ed class. That don't even count. The fuck is that? Like, what that doesn't count in the credits. Like, I was a vocational school.
So we had to take that. We had to take that in order to make sure that we got credit in high school.
Wow, I didn't know that. I went to a vocational school, and I got kicked out.
I was in Chicago, so.
Oh hell yeah! Now now it's like that's a whole nother conversation. A lot of these conversations need to happen. You know what I mean? Like, even down to, like, bringing it back to the title, when with the relationships that we have and sisters, like I said, y'all are the first people that's going to be meeting a brother with this thing. Like, let's go down to responsibility. It's brought up responsibility. Men, we bear a different type of responsibility because we are stronger.
As a father, you bear that.
Not even just as a stronger, as an individual, we are stronger and we have a greater destructive capability typically. Typically, we get that's just, so when we get crazy and we go to the black woman first, if it goes past the black woman, we are one matchstick away from jumping up for the floor.
It has nothing to do with black women. It has to do with women and men in general. We're all human beings. Okay, I gotta tell you this much.
We're all human beings, but in America, the black man's experience and black woman's experiences isolates us in a very specific way. And if we don't, acknowledge these things, because you see what happened. I want to keep it to the title. The brother who drove the car into the fucking parade of people.
No, you're getting off track, Q Butter.
No, that's the title of the video. That's the
Crazy.
Hey, he told you getting off track on your own show.
On your own show. Rich is
I know,
crazy.
but I just want my bad, Q Butter. I didn't mean to disrespect you or anything like that.
No, but that's the title of the show. That's how I want to keep us.
You're right. I just had to get this out. Okay, as a father with a bunch of girls, if one of my girls come home pregnant, like, you little bitch, what the fuck? Everything I taught you fucked up. I swear to God, her mama would say the same thing too. What the fuck are you doing? You came home pregnant. You let this little mother
doing it is providing goods and services to the masses of people.
Because I was just educated right now. So as you were talking and I was reading the definition, it says the combination in one company of two or more stages of production normally operated by separate companies. That's building on top of building to get whatever your goal is to reach, a higher stage of success. So when you're saying that, I was just like, oh man, this is crazy because,
ladies, we're working on it.
All right. So, that's a trigger term. We're not going to use a Rich, yeah, I don't know. I don't know the man. I met the codes. It's like the second, third time.
Sometimes it's just easier to get.
Get this out, Taz. I got a question for you.
B-code, don't
in this country.
No, Taz, it's been a healing session, bro. I tried to call you. I did try. I think I had the wrong number and shit. But yeah, son, you know what I'm saying? I had to connect the dots between motherfucker that.
What was the wrong number?
The motherfucker, you go take another sip and mute up. The brother Polite, young Pharaoh, and what's son name that was that ran the car into the motherfuckers over there. Son was beating on his wife, beating on his girlfriend right before he got in the car. And these motherfuckers be on YouTube listening to Rich Bleezy and shit, and motherfuckers like that talking about how black women ain't shit, talking about it's the weave, and black women need to start going to the Chinaman and they need to listen more. Then motherfuckers get mad because these motherfuckers, they trying to get their females to listen to Kevin Samuels and shit. They don't want to listen to Kevin Samuels. Then the shorty told him that his mixtape is whack. This motherfucker got mad, punched shorty and started wilding shorty up. Then he got mad because he's like, you know what? It's the white man's fault.
Hold it.
And drove his car into a crowd of white folks. And they want to talk about black power.
Exclusive, the GOAT said Rich Bleezy wasn't claiming he was black the other day. He said he was Creole. I am Creole, motherfucker. I'm black Creole. I'm a black American, motherfucker. I'm black Creole. I'm mixed breed. Is it obvious I'm a mixed breed? Do you guys think
you said you don't read earlier? You're mixed with a not. No, I'm not going to insult you like that. My bad.
Stop. Do you think I'm mixed breed?
Hey, Q, what you say is too easy?
Oh, no. I'm gonna bust this little buster out. Do you think I'm full black? No, it's obvious I'm not full black.
You look like a whole fucking
motherfucker. I'm black Creole. I'm a black American or I'm black Creole, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But anyway, this nigga think he gonna try to bust me out, trying to use.
You're not black.
This is why
you don't need to.
Hold on, let me back to a break. This is why I created Desire to help us alleviate the fact that black men are, permeating the community with a low IQ level or low intelligence level. As the brother you see, no offense to you, Rich Bleezy, you're a great example.
Hey, Taz, can you come on the show real quick? Taz, can you come on the show?
Now you're gonna work on all the trigger statements. Remember,
bring that trigger on.
You will not sound like.
No, I just want to talk to him about it. There's no truth.
I would sound the same.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. I'm up for black men and black women being accountable for their actions.
Leave it right there. Leave it right there. That's remember we worked on that all night. Pause. You got to just leave it right there. That's it. All right. Once you start talking about black women, don't go no further down the line. Talking about black women, anything else, to say, look. Now black people need to do this. Now what are you doing to help black people get better? And Taz, it's early in the morning, bro. So, I know he up. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you got your situation. You don't let motherfucker trigger you, Taz. I've been working
a troll, bro. That nigga's a troll like a boy. That's a nigga, real live troll.
I'm not trolling, nigga. I'm showing my face, Buster.
Hold on, chill, Bleezy. Hold on, we got to Bleezy in increments. Remember, we got you. Sip on the white cup.
Yeah, showing your face don't mean you trolling. When you recording the video on your own channel and you're not serious about the conversation, that's what I call.
That's a troll move.
Guys, there would be a part two. I have to go on my new channel and see if I'm able to go live.
Shut the fuck up, nigga.
I have to go on my new channel and see if I'm able to go live.
I always wonder why men want to see my face. I mean, seriously, why do men always want to see? Like, what is it that about me that you would need to see my face?
You looking at mine?
I don't want to though.
Part two.
We were trying to get him to turn his camera off.